The glass was cheap though, cheap from a frame, so it was just a test to see. But yeah, it didn't work out.
On this, you get the vinyl, which comes, of course, sticky backed vinyl.
Yeah.
With the backing on, where you just cut through the vinyl and leave the backing alone, and then actually you can, of course, then cut through the backing as well. To
the glass was cheap though, cheap from a frame, so it was just a test to see. But yeah, it didn't work out.
On this, you get the vinyl, which comes, of course.
What
There we go. Got some sound. There we go. Morning, Peanuts. Afternoon. Evening. Wally said there's a new video up just now. Well, we might be able to watch that later, Wally. How's everybody? Everyone rested? Recuperating?
Oh, Lindsay's got one about Lindsay's got one about the Earth and the splitting of the dome.
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
Peanuts.
Wow.
Hello,
I
Peanuts.
did that have ready to play, and you go and spoil it.
Well, I didn't say that you had it ready to play or anything. I just said that there is one there. You were the one that gave the spoiler.
Oh shit! Just rewind that bit.
That'll burn you, Terry.
Okay, we'll start again. Good evening, everybody. How are we?
Yes. Good evening, Peanuts.
Good evening, Peanuts. Hello, panel.
Oh, cool. Okay, sorry.
We're up to the steam train stuff a little bit here and there. I've been trying to figure out what we can watch and what we can look at, because Creative Commons is a bugger. So basically I've got to search what I can find and then create a topic or something around what we find for a little bit of a video. But I've got the zigzag railway type stuff, so we can show a little bit of that in a couple of videos that I've got. But I do have some text to read because it's about the history of the New South Wales railways, because I live in New South Wales, so that's the only state that matters. At the moment, anyway. Even though it did start off in Melbourne. Pip says I'm knackered. Why are you knackered, Pip? Okay, so do I transition first or do I share first, Alan?
Transition first, then share.
Transition first. Okay. And share.
Because then the peanuts get a nice smooth. Don't see you fiddling around with the zoom.
Okay. There we go. Is that all coming up on the outside screen? Do I have to zoom it in a bit or not?
I don't know. I don't know how much delay there is.
I've got it fitting in the window on the program window on OBS. I can see the word history reading there. Oh, there's somebody at the door.
It looks good there.
Did you bring any cakes or donuts, Wally?
Yes.
We might have.
It's looking good on the outside for me, Terry.
Okay. So the history of the New South Wales railways. So on this page we've got from 1855 first passenger railway line, 1860s boom in railway expansion, 1890 Sydney's first suburban train railway, 1926 first electric trains. Okay. I wonder if we could rope Wally into reading.
Oh, that'd be good.
Likely, I'm outside.
Excuses.
Yeah. Outside, it's dark outside. I think it's dark outside.
It is. All except the light of Mars.
Oh yes, we've been looking at that. Oh no, I got cloud. I did have cloud. I couldn't see it tonight.
Yeah. I'm glad that I don't photograph it either.
Yeah, I know my phone doesn't pick it up too good. Need a decent camera, you reckon? Okay, oh yeah, we'll better sort out Gravity Guru's scientist, AS. I missed the first clue, but the second clue was also a doctoral supervisor for many Nobel Prize winners in physics and chemistry. Only J.J. Thomson has a comparable record in this respect. Ah, okay.
So he supervised lots of people who ended up winning Nobel Prizes.
You know, I'm never going to guess it, obviously. And there's no way I'm going to do reverse image search on that image because I don't think I'd get a match.
It's not going to come up with the right name, no. I don't think any cartoons have won Nobel Prizes.
Well, not yet.
No, not yet. No fictional characters.
Okay. Do you want me to read for a little while first? How much have we got? We'll just check to see. No, there's not that much. I might be able to knock just that little bit out. From the first passenger railway line in 1855 to where the New South Wales railways are today. 1855. First passenger railway line. On 26th of September 1855, the first passenger railway line in New South Wales opened from Sydney to Parramatta Junction, which was located just west of present-day Granville Railway Station. The original city terminal station was located south of the present-day Central Station, on the south side of the Devonshire Street Tunnel. I will show something about that, but I forgot about that tonight, where the original Central Railway Station was. Four intermediate stations were located along the line at Newtown, Ashfield, Burwood and Homebush. An overbridge running under Railway Square near Sydney's Central Station is the oldest surviving structure on the New South Railway system. Oh, okay. Under the Railway Square, I have to have a look at that. Opened in 1855, it remains from the first phase of railway construction in New South Wales, providing access from Sydney's railway yard through to Darling Harbour goods yard. Okay, 1860s. Boom in railway expansion. In New South Wales, economic wealth from European settlement in the 1800s was largely generated from farming and pastoralism from inland settlements. As such, early railway expansion during the 1860s was largely undertaken for the purpose of connecting Sydney with the major rural railways across the Blue Mountains to Bathurst and across the Southern Highlands to Goulburn. These new lines were constructed under the direction of John Whitten, who was appointed Engineer-in-Chief of the New South Wales Railways in 1867 and known today as the Father of the Railways. Between 1870 and 1880, the number of passengers travelling had risen from, this is in 1870, don't forget, 776,707, that's back in 1870, to 5,440,138 in just a decade, and the miles of railway line had increased from 339 to 849. I didn't think that many people would catch trains back then.
Probably one of the very few high speed methods of travelling around, because remember, this is still pre the motor car.
Yeah, but where would people be wanting to go back then?
Work?
But what if they were? That's the thing. Did that open up employment that way then, in other places? in that way.
If
They
you-
weren't employed before they caught the train, because it would have
Yeah,
took them
but
too long to get to work.
Yeah, but the trains then give you opportunities to get jobs
Yeah,
further away from where you live. If
yeah,
you live near, if all of a sudden you've got a train station near you that will take you to another train station that's near a good work opportunity, then it's worth getting that job because you can now travel backwards and forwards quickly enough to make it worthwhile.
So many historic regional centres still have their historic railway stations dating from this boom in railway expansion. Well, you do look at a lot of the railway stations around the place, and if you notice the styling of the buildings, they were made very early on, a lot of them, and there's still some of them are still standing today. They built them to last back then. Okay, 1890, Sydney's first suburban railway. Suburban areas close to Sydney had developed largely along the original main lines to Parramatta and Liverpool. They were joined by new trunk lines to Newcastle and the Illawarra in the 1880s. The 1890s depression... Okay, I didn't know there was a depression back in the 1890s. And a decade of severe drought brought hardship to rural communities. With this change, Sydney's suburban railway network expanded dramatically. Sydney's first purely suburban railway, the North Shore Line, opened from Hornsby to St Leonards in 1890. Okay. As in comparison to goods train lines, I suppose. So just for some... yeah, I'd say for some...
No, I think that's more a track that doesn't go to another big town a long distance away.
Okay.
That's at least how it works in places like London.
Yeah. It just went out to the suburbs,
Yeah.
basically. And in 1926, which we're jumping into the next decade, into the next century here, but it won't matter for now. During the 1920s, Dr. John J.C. Bradford developed his visionary plan to provide Sydney with a world-class electric railway system. The first electric train commenced running on the Illawarra line. Oh, down here. Cool. In June 1926. And the city underground system was opened at St James and Museum stations in December of that year. Wow, I didn't even know that. We were one of the first lines down this way. On 19th of March 1932, the Harbour Bridge was opened, connecting the North Shore line to Wynyard Station. In 1956, the Circular Quay station opened, completing the city circle, and the Eastern Suburbs Railway was opened through to Bondi Junction in June 79. There. Got a little bit here, I think that's the last bit. More recently, the line to Sydney Airport opened in 2000 to serve the Sydney Olympics of the same year. The Epic to Chatswood Railway line was completed in 2009, and the South West Rail Link opened in February 2015. There we go. Got a bit of a picture there, but I can't quite see it. Okay, it's a sketch of the first central station dating from 1855. Yeah, the story for Central Station in Sydney, it started at the mortuary place just south of where the terminal is now. I did have a bit of a video we could have watched for that, but we can get to that later. That's if I've got it put away. I'll stop sharing for now. I'll just check to see if I have got that put away, that one, because that is interesting as well. So that's a little bit of reading. Where would I have put it? I hide things and I forget where I hide them. I hide them in either Discord or I hide them in Watch Later. One of the two. Watch Later. I'll just check to see if that... Oh, and there's a Wally too. Don't forget to do Where's Wally later. Did he jump back out again, did he?
He did indeed.
Yeah. He's like a blowfly. blows in when the door opens and then goes back out when the door back opens up again. Watch later. Right, where are we? Is it here? Just bear with me for a sec. There's 2 parts to it, but oh, don't tell me I've lost it. I think I've lost it. Bugger. Expo, train spotter, no. Valve, Richard, Instinct, Steam Train, Ambly, George, what? No, that's not it. British Rail, no, that's not it. No, I've lost it. I'm not going to be able to find it again now, because it was interesting. What if I go here to find it? Just bear with me, you can talk amongst yourselves or annoy the peanuts. Oh, there's somebody naked out there. Point last naked. I didn't notice that. There we go. Can't have naked people running around.
Well, at least not until the end of the month.
Now, how long before the end of the month? Oh, I've got a while yet to go. I'm just seeing if I can find it. We could watch a video while I'm actually looking for it, but I don't know if I'm able to do that.
Well, as long as you've got them in separate windows and not tabs.
Yeah. No, they're in separate tabs at the moment.
Yeah.
But
yeah, they have to be in different windows for you to be able to
yeah,
do
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
what you want to do.
Yeah. Trying to think, what do I put here then? I don't want that. You don't want to see what I'm looking for. Trying to remember when I was looking at it. I was only looking at it. Oh, here it is. I think this is it. That's the one. Oh, pause that. I think we're able to watch it. Yeah, Creative Commons, yeah, that's it. Put it onto there. Transition. Share. It might not be entertaining for some people or informative, because you're not from. A lot of people aren't from around here. This is more New South Wales orientated, because I live in New South Wales, and this is in Sydney. So, if anyone wants to know where Sydney is, it's in. Look at the map. It's on the easternmost coast in New South Wales, somewhere there. Okay, you got that. You got that. I can press play.
In 1948, but was not completed until 1979, over 30 years later. 4 platforms were originally planned, 24 through to 27. However, only platforms 24 and 25 were ever built. Evidence of platforms 26 and 27 still exist in the elevator down to platforms 24 and 25, but just like the unused platforms, the button remains inactive. station was originally built in 1928 and planned with 4 platforms in mind. However, only 2 were ever built. You can still see just behind me one of the 2 tunnel portals where the trains were meant to go through, and another one just over there, with the tracks meant to be running down along through here with the 2 island platforms on either side of me. That means we still have a lot of tunnelling through St James Station that was never used, that has in fact been used for movies such as the Matrix movies or the Australian horror film The Tunnel. The original plan for St James was that these 2 tracks would have a western suburbs line going underneath Parramatta Road and then an eastern suburbs line heading towards Bondi Junction. Originally had 6 platforms. Today it has 4. Platforms 3 and 4, and also platforms 5 and 6. Now to find the original platforms 1 and 2, we need to exit the station and go up a set of escalators. Here we are at the original platforms 1 and 2 of Wynyard Station. It no longer looks like platforms 1 and 2. It's now actually a car park. But it was converted into that car park after being used for trams that used to cross the eastern 2 lanes of the bridge, which would terminate here at Wynyard Station, where passengers could get off and change to trains. In fact, you can still see what the tunnels used to look like. Just over here is the iconic archway of Sydney's underground railway tunnels, through which the trams and the locomotive trains out to the beaches would run. When the east subline was built with plans for an initial station at that station was never built, but when it comes to this, you actually use the split between Edgerton Station and Junction Station. And here is the original site of the Lara Station platform. It's all up, but it was never built. Prior to the completion of the Sydney Harbour Bridge in 1932, the North Shore line used to terminate at Milsons Point, where passengers would get off their trains and then board a ferry to go into the city. The only thing is, that Milsons Point station was not this one, it was a little bit further down, close to the harbour. The original site of Milsons Point station was actually right here where the current Milsons Point pool is, just adjacent to Luna Park. The decision to have it here was so that it would be next to the ferry wharf. So North Shore line passengers would get off their train here at Milsons Point station and then walk right across over here to Milsons Point ferry wharf and board a ferry to go to Circular Quay. When the current St Leonard station opened in the year 2000, it was built with 2 island platforms. The idea was to extend it out to have 4 separate platforms with 4 separate tracks. You can still see where one of the tracks was meant to be, just over here, which was the location for platform number 1. That's no longer going to happen because the Sydney Metro plan is for an underground station just a little bit further out at Crow's Nest. But it does explain why St Leonard's, lacking a platform 1 and a platform 4, only has platforms 2 and platform 3.
Hello, Terry. Is there a problem?
What's that?
Oh, that's all right. It just didn't. I wasn't sure if my
I thought
if
there
my
was a problem.
computer.
I thought there was a problem.
funny.
I thought, shit, no.
No, I wasn't sure if it's a problem at my end or something going on
Ah, phew.
your end, or everything was just fine and my brain is.
It's not you, it's me. Oh, it's not me, it's you. One of the two. Unmute. Yeah, I know it's muted again, Dave. Sorry. Right, where's that other video? Part 2 of that one. How do you find it now? Videos. Should be part 2. Oh, here it is. Part 2. That's the one I want.
I'm here in.
Yeah, that's part 2. Okay, part 2. Transition. Swappy. What happened to Sheepy? Sheepy got kidnapped.
He got kidnapped. Don't know where he got kidnapped to.
No, he didn't leave it. He didn't leave a message in here.
Had to go check the sheep in the top paddock.
Probably.
well, he does have sheep or can't see, so the sheep, you have to be careful with those sheep because you never know where they go.
Yeah.
They got those like CNI dogs with a cane, and they're walking around. Sheep napped.
So what period are you doing right now, Terry?
Well, this is still back in the 1800s because some of the historic, what we were just reading in the late 1800s is where they developed the train lines. Well, they were still in steam back then, and this was when they first did the lines up from Wollongong, Wollongong and Sydney, and then I got the Zigzag Railway too. That was early steam. The steam line ran out there early on too, out to Lithgow, back in the late 1800s. So I haven't really got to the turn of the century yet as such. This is just all leading up to it. This is all just leading up to it. Now this is the Sydney's Ghost Railways Part 2, and it'll show a place where the first Sydney Central station was built in the 1800s, before the Sydney Central station where it is now. So we'll play this one. It only goes for a couple of minutes, but it shows you the original station.
Sydney's Central Station, and did you know that this is actually the third incarnation of Central Station? The first was built a little bit further south in Redfern along Cleveland Street in 1855, and itself replaced in 1874 by a second station in the same location. Later the line was extended north past Cleveland Street and over Devonshire Street to Central Station's current location here alongside Eddy Avenue. Devonshire Street underneath the tracks was closed off to cars, leading to the current Devonshire Street pedestrian tunnel. And if you are to take that tunnel west out to Regent Street, you will find the last remaining part of the old Central Station.
Just in case that music, I'm not sure.
Part of the Rookwood Cemetery line that was built in 1864 in order to service Rookwood Cemetery, located next to Lidcombe Station in Sydney's west. Originally a spur line, trains would depart from the city and stop at stations along the way before terminating at one of the 4 stations on the sprawling 268-hectare site that was Rookwood Cemetery. In 1869, this platform was built on Regent Street, just south of Central Station, and serviced funeral trains bound not just...
Do you know what's really weird? There is a town in Surrey called Brookwood that has a large cemetery where they used to run trains from central London to, just like this, for the funerals.
I wonder where we got the idea from then, Alan.
Oh, well, I'm not quite sure which one was first.
Okay, because he said 1860 or something.
Yeah, I don't know when the Brookwood. I can find
find a history thing of it. Yeah.
I can find a. I can find a thing about. I can find a video about it.
I'll just repeat what he said because I'll get the text for it.
And stop at stations along the way before terminating at one of the 4 stations on the sprawling 268 hectare site that was Rookwood Cemetery. In 1869, this platform was built on...
So 1869.
So, and it's Rookwood rather than Brookwood, but
Yeah.
I obviously misheard it.
Right, okay.
But yeah, I think the one we had here only had 1 station, so you beat us on that.
Regent Street, just south of Central Station, and serviced funeral trains bound not just for Rookwood Cemetery, but also Sandgate Cemetery in Newcastle and Warrenora General Cemetery in Sutherland. In 1948, the line was closed with all 4 stations in Rookwood Cemetery dismantled. One of those stations was transported to Canberra and rebuilt as the All Saints Church in 1958. Mortuary Station remains and can be seen from most trains approaching the city on the left-hand side.
That building there. You see it every time I go to Central Station. I've always wondered what it was. It's part of the old Rookwood Cemetery stations. They've left it standing, so...
Before they reach Central Station. Petersham Station on Sydney's T2 Inner West line has 2 disused elements. The first one, found on the northern side of the tracks along Terminus Street, is this first-class platform. It was the only first-class station built in Sydney during the 19th century and was built in 1885 after the original...
Right, so that's what I was mentioning before about a lot of the buildings that are on the stations around are still standing in that style.
Yeah, a lot of the Melbourne stations look like that.
Yeah. They look nice, like being renovated recently.
Yeah, a lot of them have been restored, yeah.
Yeah. Well, they look better restored because I remember growing up when I was a kid with a lot of the stations around and they were a little bit dilapidated and needed painting and, you know, all that. But over the years, they must have thought, well, we better restore these buildings because they are heritage.
original Petersham Station was demolished from its original location up on the northern side and rebuilt here as a current island platform. The second element is on the southern side of the station and is this former turnback siding where trains would terminate, turn around and return their journey towards the city. Today it is used as a training facility containing a train on its own set of tracks and a bus. The T1 Northern Line crosses the Parramatta River here between Rhodes and Meadowbank stations and originally did so on this, the Meadowbank Bridge, which was built in 1886. By 1980, it had been replaced by the adjacent John Whitten Bridge, which carried 2 tracks but had the potential to be expanded to 4. The John Whitten Bridge is named after John Whitten, who was the designer of the original Meadowbank Bridge. In fact, you can still see some evidence of the original tracks just down here, crossing on the Meadowbank Bridge itself. By the year 2000, the Meadowbank Bridge had been refurbished and reopened, and now carries pedestrians and bike riders. The Royal National Park Line opened in 1886 and continued to operate until 1991. By 1993, it reopened as part of this, Sydney's Tramway Museum.
Trams like the San Francisco Street Path run once an hour on Sundays and Wednesdays.
The Royal National Park Line ran from Loftus to the Royal National Park Station, located here, which is the terminus of the tram trips from the Sydney Tramway Museum.
So that gives you a brief overview of the train line system well, especially in my area anyway. And how old it is for going back. Okay. Right, I can get rid of a few tabs now because we've watched a few things.
I've just found out that the original London Necropolis Railway was 1854.
Well, you
The
have to.
cemetery it served at Brookwood is Western Europe's largest.
Did we watch Thelmere Festival of Steam last episode?
Didn't think so. I thought we watched the steam race one instead.
Yeah, we watched the steam race.
I don't remember watching the Thelmere
one.
Thelmere one.
Okay, we got that. What else do I have put away? Okay, there's that guy doing that. These are all just a couple. Oh, that one's 18 minutes. That one. That's 3 minutes. That's 7 minutes. That one's not too bad. What's that one? Okay, that's a bit of a... That goes for about 18 minutes. That one's a bit long. I might keep that one for next time.
Terry, I need to apologise to Dave N because I hadn't noticed he posted that same info in the side chat.
Yeah.
While I was looking for it, he beat me to it.
Necropolis Railway opened 1854.
Yeah.
And where's that at? Up your
That's
way.
the one that went to the Brookwood Cemetery from London.
Ah. Is Paul and Sheepy having a private conversation out in the peanut gallery?
No, it's not private. It's public. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to see it.
If they were having a private conversation, they'd be using the private function inside chat, wouldn't they? And we wouldn't know about it.
Behind your back, Terry.
Yeah, I've got to be careful of you guys having these
behind your back in full view,
private
Terry.
conversations behind me back.
No, this is weird. I just got kicked out of the call, Terry, and it comes up unknown error, and Gravity thinks it's because I'm a Kiwi, and I was like, it's a hurdle I have to deal with. You know?
Just check to see if sheep haven't chewed through the telephone line.
Yeah, exactly. You speak my language.
Of course. Oh, well.
You're fluent.
You missed out on the other sheep joke when you were gone, Sheepy, because we were saying your name's only Sheep, I can't see. And I said, what?
Yeah.
Well, we imagine sheep walking around with a cane because they can't see.
Well, that's a possible new future idea. But I like this mafia sheep.
Yeah.
It's my favorite.
I don't want to cross his fur. Wool.
Yeah.
Fleece.
Oh.
Yeah.
John Rapp says, Terry, yeah, we did tell me.
Oh, okay. John said, yes, I did tell me. I got smart ass with PH about it. He asked where it was. I gave coordinates. Yeah, that was...
I tell you what, so many of the English place names in your countries, I've been to all those towns, just the original ones in this country.
Yeah, the other day we were looking at the trains, and there's a Richmond and a Bromley, and and these are all places. Like Bromley's just down the road from me, and Richmond's at the top of the South Island. It's quite funny.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking at that the map. St Leonard's. Well, that's a seaside resort on the south coast, and well, Thelmere is one of the major valleys in the Lake District with a great big reservoir running down the middle of it.
You sure we watched this last time? I can't remember now.
Yeah.
Somebody said yes, we have.
He'll tell you that
Yeah.
memory as well.
Yeah.
He is double header.
I remember Tony was talking all the way through it.
Is that why I don't remember it? I knew there'd be a logical explanation. I'm sorry, I'm having to watch it again because I must have got distracted from watching it the first time.
All good. There's some beautiful trains on here.
Although the number of frames that Zoom is dropping out of this video is ridiculous.
Ooh.
I remember something about the black smoke in tunnels. You had to be careful going through a tunnel or something with the old trains at one time. If you're a passenger on the carriages. Don't open the window up.
When you first see one coming towards you and there's steam coming up from like all the front of it and all the side of it, you're like, is this normal? you know, like there's a lot of, I know it's a steam train, but
it sprung a leak.
yeah, exactly. Exactly.
You've got to carry your own water with them nowadays because they don't supply the water towers like they used to for them.
Yeah, I guess that is an issue, isn't it?
That's a nice shiny one. I think that's been restored.
That's really beautiful, eh?
And that's the ones I grew up with, going up, catching a train. If that's the ones, it wasn't a buffet car, but it had the little corridor down one side, and you walked into little rooms with the seats sitting across from each other.
Yeah, we had them here in Victoria too, called the Red Rattlers.
Yeah. Well, no, the Red Rattlers also were the ones in Sydney that open with big doors on it, like the electric train ones. We had the Red Rattlers for them. You had to manually open the door up, and then, I think, not wrong. That's the ones I grew up with, going up to catch the train. If that's the one, it wasn't a buffet car, but it had the little corridor down one side, and you walked into little rooms. How come I can hear myself?
I think you're playing some...
Someone hasn't muted their watch page.
Well, not me.
Not me.
Not me.
Not me.
I think it's you, Terry.
No, it's muted.
I've made sure my audio is
no, it's muted.
all in the headphones.
Mine is definitely muted. I know who it is.
Oh, right. Someone in Discord.
Yeah, Renee and me. Renee and me was listening, and it was coming through Discord.
That'll do it. Still.
You'll have to mute yourself, Renee and me, so I can hear you. I'll serve and mute you if I have to. They jumped out. Oh, it's going the wrong way. Backwards.
Jumping.
But this was back in 2015. I don't know what they're doing at the moment up there, 5 years later. I haven't been up there for a few years. You can get, although that's just, they should be still doing it, but I don't know when, from Thirlmere down to here, to Wollongong. They used to have it once a month, on a Sunday. You get a return trip on a steam train. And to climb up through Macquarie Pass down here, up to the top of the mountain. Is that the Garrett? It could be. That's the restored version. Down to Canberra.
That's awesome.
That'd be a good trip. Renee and me needs help with Discord. It's okay, we'll help you out. Is that what you're talking about, Cheapies, that sprung a leak?
Yeah, when it looks like that, you're like, Because I mean, that's what you see if a battery, pops or something in an RC car, or that's what you see when something's about to blow up. So it's like, is it meant to be coming from everywhere or just the top? Like,
Well, the pressure's got to be relieved if they're overpressured. Once they get going, they'll be right. Okay. Got any more? Do you just want more? Because I've got a little bit more. Watch that. This is the Zigzag Railway. I could leave that for next week. As long as I've got it put away in Discord, we could leave that for next time. The Zigzag Railway. Stream topic. I'll just check to make sure. Yep, it's all in Discord. I've got it put away, so no chemtrails. Okay. Well, it's coming up to the first hour, so I think that's okay. That's your taste of steam trains and steam railways, and a little bit of history of the Central Railway Station in Sydney. Okay. Well, let that go for next time. Those other bits. Oh, okay. Do we want to jump straight into Lindsay, or do we want to have an interval, or I don't know, intermission? we need to have an intermission thing. But what could we do for intermission?
Did you watch the parody?
Where's your parody?
I put it in any other vids.
Did you? How long ago? Because you know me, I'd probably lost it by now.
Yep.
How far back is it? Message to Cleary, is that the one?
No, not that one. It's called a Flat Earth parody.
Was it before that one?
Must be.
I don't know. I'm not.
Yeah, it's the next one. Back on the October 14th.
Yeah, I've got it. Flat Earth parody. Okay, I'll play it for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
That one.
There we go. Mute it. Pause. I won't get copyright strike from the owner, will I?
No, you'll be good.
Oh, okay. Phew. You never know these days.
So just reading the description, it's take a drive with me as I record my interactions with some flat earthers.
Okay. All right. Press play.
Press play, Terry.
Oh. But gravity's not a force. Gravity? You mentioned gravity? Is that Einsteinian or Newtonian? Because Einstein superseded Newton. Citation! I need a citation. Do you have a citation? What I'm telling you is to provide the citation that I asked 2 seconds ago, and I need it now. Oh, you don't have it? Provide the citation, or I'm gonna ban you. Your opinion's welcome here, as long as you don't troll. Answer the question, clown. No, burden of the proof's on you. Flat is a description. You know what? Just ban this guy. Just ban this guy. We can't reach him. He's trolling. It's these globe heads, man. You can't reach them. No. Oh. So where's the pressure? You can't have gas pressure without an air container. The necessary antecedent to your gas pressure. Oh, gravity does it? Atmospheric pressure? So gas pressure. No. So you're saying the atmosphere is not gases? You know what, man? These globers, man, they always come in here, man, thinking they know. And then we ask them, like, the simplest question, like, where's gravity? And they can't even answer, man. You know, we've been asking for years, man. We don't have to provide a Earth map to replace it. We just know. We know it's not a globe, but we don't know what it is. But what we know when we don't know what it is it's not a globe. It's anything but a globe. Oh, so a science degree means that I'll understand more? Yes. Oh, that's appeal to authority right there. These you globers always try and say just words like Cavendish and gravity. Yeah, they just come in here parroting. They parrot a lot, you know? And we ask them for something simple as a gas pressure without a container, and they don't even know what to do. Yeah, ladies' night. Yeah. Welcome to ladies' night. How you doing? Only sheeple can't see. That sounds like a troll name. We welcome opinions here. We don't have to agree. You know what? I'm gonna mute you. So you see, they say one thing and do another. They ask for citations yet have none themselves, cite globe evidence for their citations, and then deny the globe. The science they claim works on a globe was created by people who understand science, not who butcher it. And that's all for now.
Lucky you were out on the
Now
road, no one else around.
Oh yeah, there's no one on my streets. Now, the bonus round is who can name any of the characters I was imitating.
I'm not that up to date with my flavors. Well, you're in the car. You're in the car, so that's one guy. There's not allowed to be in his kitchen. So that's one guy.
Yeah, well, that was kind of the first mocking is that I was doing it in my car.
Yes.
That's well done.
Okay.
Who else?
Okay.
Anyone else you could notice there? They've all come into gyms.
Have they? Okay.
And and a lot of them exist on 24/7.
No, I don't know the 24/7's crowd.
Blue, did you notice any of them?
I thought I caught a little Jeremy in there.
Yeah.
Arwen. A point left said, was there an Arwen?
No, there wasn't an Arwen there.
No Arwen point left, sorry. Renee and me and No Name want to come in and do a joint hangout at the same time. But No Name's working, so he's never get him here at the right time.
Female. Was there a female there, or?
There's a female there, yeah.
It wasn't Stacey B, was it?
It was.
Oh.
It was.
Yeah.
He was the one with gas pressure, you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, you've done well.
There was chemo. There was chemo there. These
What was
globers,
chemo's
you know.
one?
Yeah.
When he said these globers, he said words like Cavendish. And then there was this, I don't know his name, but he's always high as a kite, and he speaks like, so that was him. So yeah.
Not Grim. Is it Grim?
No,
No.
Grim. No, it was just basically saying what they say in other words, you know, reading between the lines. But yeah, that exact thing is welcome. Was that?
Point and laugh saying they all sound like Owen. Now you can't do that.
You know that. Yeah, no, you can't do it. But the one that that goes, yeah, ladies' night. That's exactly the exact verbatim what they said. Only sheeple can't see. Sounds like a troll name.
Okay.
and then right after, you know what? I'm gonna mute you. It was just like, oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Very funny. Very, very funny.
What gets me is some of them use names, like the Flat Earthers use names that are so easy to make fun of. I mean, like Demok. I mean, how easy is it to turn that into Dummock or Dimmock or, you know?
Or Brain Leaky. Brain Leak.
Brain leak.
Yeah. The brain leaky one, that was, that's just a switch. That's just a switch of a letter.
Yeah. That's too easy. That's too easy.
Yeah.
Gary Liebinger.
Oh, Gary Liebinger, okay.
Hey, what about this new Icelander that's turned up in Jose's?
Oh, the John Bernard.
John Bernard, that's it. Yeah.
Oh, he's been around.
Mr. I am never wrong. Ask him a question. He replies with an answer. you demonstrate to him that he's wrong, and well, it's only a little bit, so I'm right. I'm only a little bit off with the answer I gave, and I'm right anyway. You're just wrong.
He's usually drunk.
Yeah.
John Rapp said, Gary, why bother? Not Gary, why banger?
Yeah.
Why bother? That's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah, I think they messed up these latest Windows updates because it's all gone. It's all gone wrong.
Yeah, well, mine all went wrong several weeks back. Remember, everything mucked up somewhere. It's only just barely working as it is. Not happy with it, but I can't do anything about it. And no, Alan, I haven't been fiddling with anything.
Which it gets, it becomes which shit gets shit.
Yeah,
Which shit
don't get shit.
Doesn't roll off the tongue, does it, easily?
Brandon Toy was hosting Ranties last night, and he was drunk on his ass. It was hilarious.
Wow. That's quite funny.
I highly recommend you listen to it.
Ranty didn't make an appearance. That's good.
Apparently, Ranty has found gainful employment.
Hard to stream every day when you've got a job, isn't it?
Not before he made everyone feel like they weren't giving enough to his cause and complained how many people were giving to others. Yeah. Joins another. Look at how much they got. It's like, yeah, that's not how this works, man. You know. No. It's ridiculous. Like there's some rule that you have to give him money or something just because he's taking the time. It's like, be thankful you've got a viewer at all. Yeah.
Well, I keep putting videos up and I get absolutely stunned that anybody bothers to watch them. Anybody bothers to watch any length of any of the videos.
You take the time to put some work in, so, you know, it's good.
Well, speaking of time putting work in, I think this person doesn't really think about that.
No, Terry's got 27-minute window, and that's it. He's kind of... He's like, right, here we go. Let me get my papers. All right, listen. Science doesn't know what's going on. Listen, I might have to do a parody of him shortly.
Yeah. I've made so many discoveries, and only I know them.
Yes.
And when I didn't have the answers, I just stood there.
But I can't remember all of them. It's such a shame.
Yeah. Oh, I've lost where I'm going. I've lost where I am.
Well, the discovery I made last week, I'm going to change.
Like I said, he can come onto this panel and have a discussion as long as he brings his whiteboard with him, or we can supply him one.
He's like, what are you talking about? I only have this camera.
See, I just noticed on this drawing that he's got on the board, he hadn't rubbed that off, and that drawing was on the previous couple of episodes that he'd made. And that's what I was kept looking at the upload video, and I'm going, have we seen that one? No, that's the same picture of the blackboard, and I'm going, no, we've seen that one, but I hadn't seen this one.
This time it looks different, right? Because the moisture area looks like there's vacuum
Yeah, well,
again in the middle, something.
because he had his central vortex, and then all of a sudden he's got these vortexes in the middle, so that he can make everything rotate in opposite directions in the sky.
Well, you know how he had the yin and yangs in that right-hand dome?
Yeah.
Yep.
And then he changed the yin and yangs into wings, locust wings.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Well, I know, a bit of a spoiler, that they develop into something else.
Oh, they transform again.
Where does?
Yeah.
So we've got a
Where was the dolphin?
Transformations.
Where was the dolphin again?
So we're not living on
you
a
get
flat.
more, you get more detail. You get more detail about how the magnetic fields interact apparently at the equator. I mean,
Oh,
that's not
fantastic.
how they react in reality, but he changes his point of view there a little bit.
Oh,
Let's face it, around where the equator is kind of probably the least magnetically interesting bit of the magnetic field, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, he hasn't touched on the electromagnetic ether bubbles recently. I'm concerned they haven't made the cut. All right, then, Terry.
You better put us out of our misery and hit play.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, if things get, if they transform from one thing to another, what are we living on, a transformation type Earth or something? I don't know.
Indeed. And I think he's got ahead of the schedule here by drawing everything before he starts the video. He's
Yeah.
like, right, it's got to save time.
It's no fun
Got
that
to
way.
save time.
It's no fun.
Yeah, exactly. But look, Terry, the silver lining is he'll draw all over it.
Well, no, he took too much effort drawing that one down the bottom, the big one, so he might only just edit
We'll
it.
see.
We'll see.
We'll
Here he
Welcome
comes.
to my Flat Earth channel. Site, whatever you want to call it. Flat Earth design. The true one and only Flat Earth design we all live on. You haven't seen any of my videos before, you want me to go back and check them out. But today I'm just expanding on the fact that this divine moment when the skies part at this time, science doesn't know about, you don't know about. They should be able to catch it on film. The two rotations, Sigma Octantis Polaris rotation in the night sky at the celestial equinox, above the celestial equator here. There's a gap, and it parts in this particular time of the year. So I'm just adding more information to my previous videos. And for all these science guys who deny it all, these are the magnetic fields, right? They come up here, they don't go from south to north, that's the pure bullshit. It goes to comes out of the Antarctica, comes to the south side of the equator, goes down and passes through the earth. Then comes back up and out at the Arctic. It comes over here, stays on the north side of the equator, goes down there and through the earth and up through there. It's so obvious, this whole system, it all adds up, you can't debunk it.
He says starts, but he doesn't say why it starts though at the south, at that line.
And he finishes, and he finishes with "you can't debunk it." But if you actually go out in the real world and take measurements, that's exactly what you do.
Okay.
Debunk it.
Well, yeah, I mean, how's he getting magnetic fields flowing into the equator?
Yeah.
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 They're going the wrong
Can't
way.
debunk it.
When he
Well, they're
had,
going the wrong way.
previously,
Okay.
when he had the magnetic fields going from the middle vortex to the outside edge, at least that kind of matched
Yeah, the
where our fields go.
only place where a compass needle will lie level is at the equator.
Yeah.
Huh.
Mm.
That's strange. Everywhere else, you got to counterbalance them.
If you didn't, then it just points straight up.
Where
we are.
Yeah.
That's north up.
According to Lindsay, compass needles ought to just dip straight down toward the earth.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
would it do anything though? You got a north and a south running what the hell?
Apparently, at the North Pole and the South Pole, the magnetic field lines are coming out in the same direction. So, if you're at the equator, how would you know whether you're at the North or South Pole? Because the needle would point in the same direction.
Oh yeah, I just
always
realised
the
that.
same
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, they both go the same way. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was
So
gonna say-
according to Lindsay's diagram, then the compass should point to the equator.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So north is the equator now. Okay.
Yes, and so then we come to the added problem of which bit does the compass needle point to on the equator?
Yeah, exactly.
He's right. I don't see any way to debunk this.
Yeah. It adds up. You can't debunk it. Quote.
Yeah.
Lindsay
Yeah. Let's face
2020.
it. Let's face it. He's fractally not even wrong.
You get these idiot scientists that deny it. When you only have to ask a pilot, what do they think about flying near the equator and what happens? For pilots flying long-haul routes from New Zealand, the main regions of significant high-altitude turbulence are the intertropical convergence zones. There's the two magnetic fields here, converging. Gee, they use the word converging zones here. ITCZ. Then about 10 degrees of latitude.
He's talking about bloody weather systems now, they're talking about weather systems, not magnetic bloody fields.
No. And you don't go anywhere near the equator when you fly from New Zealand to Australia.
You're going the wrong way if you do.
Yeah.
You're using Lindsay's compass, that's why you end up going the wrong way.
On either side of the equator and on the margins of jet streams. Because the magnetic field basically creates jet streams, or it is a jet stream. Solar winds. Not either side.
So,
what?
He's now saying
No.
the jet streams are magnetic.
Solar winds are jets. Solar winds causes jet stream.
Oh no.
Okay.
I'm thinking more like 15, 20 degrees each side. They're saying 10. Nah, it's just because when you fly to Samoa, you come over it. Samoa's 13 degrees. 13 degrees south. And you hit them before Samoa, so it's the side of the tropics just here. 20 degrees.
Where did you get those angles from? He just blurred them out and.
If I sit far enough back from the screen where I'm not going to punch it.
The camera's tilted a bit too high to see where the angles actually came from.
Oh, okay.
The ITCZ is the region where the trade winds of the northern and southern hemisphere meet. The uplift from those converging winds forms severe thunderstorms along both sides of the equator. Aircraft cruising at 12,000, 13,000 metres can bounce along to the icy tops of those cumulonimbus clouds for hours, depending on the angle of their route across the equator. Yeah, so you want to do a direct route straight across the equator. You want to start. So there's the field, it winds, magnetic field.
I was just getting a preemptive laugh there because when he said all that, read it, and then he was going to go to his board and try to explain that.
Comes up,
sorry,
goes
how
down.
do magnetic fields cause this weather effect that he's talking of? Oh, that's right. They don't, do they?
I know you get air pockets when you're flying a plane going up through the atmosphere, as you like just in certain areas. But I wonder if he's going to bring that up as to do with
down and winds out. It's a big winds that comes out of the south, comes around, goes down, winds down underneath, and comes back out here. So if that's going that way, you're not going to want to start battling a flight back this way within that tropical region. You'd be an idiot. Either get on the outside of it and go with it, you go a hell of a lot quicker, save a lot of fuel. If you want to cross it, you do a direct flight. You don't want to start cutting that way across it anyway. You could cut across it that way. It's no brainer.
Huh? But isn't there two fields of rotation on the Earth with the trade winds on the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere, above and below the equators?
Yeah, there is.
And they go different directions.
No. All of the jet streams go the same direction, Terry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
West to west.
Okay.
Yeah.
I might have been thinking of something else that rotates.
The other point to bring the other point to bring up about his diagram is if his diagram was correct, and that's the way the magnetic fields worked, we understand that the solar wind, the charged particles in the solar wind, are captured by the magnetic fields, and the charged particles spiral along the magnetic fields, doing a U-turn at each end and then spiraling back along. They go from end to end, from pole to pole. And where the magnetic fields dip down into the Earth's atmosphere, i.e. in the real world, that happens at the North and the South Pole, that's where those charged particles interact with the atmosphere and cause the aurora. So if Lindsay's diagram was reality, we should see aurora happening near the equator, because that's where his magnetic fields dip down into the atmosphere. But we don't.
No, we don't. I'll bring that up next time we talk to him.
It's just another indication that he's completely wrong.
Yeah.
What? As if you need one.
Magnetic fields could change much quicker than realised. What's this one? Core made nickel. Base core and nickel. Iron and nickel. So in this magnetic field, iron and nickel. So you get your meteorites and stuff solidifying with the heat. Get the old one flying down to Earth once in a blue moon. Basically the volcanoes releasing that into the atmosphere. It's probably coming out of here too. The magnetic field, the vortex.
What?
No. Is he suggesting that volcanoes released meteorites into the atmosphere and then sometime later they magically just sort of like come back down? So during periods of great volcanology, volcanicity or whatever you might say. Volcanism, yeah, thanks, Alan. Lindsay's affecting my brain.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah. During periods of high volcanism, we should see lots of meteorites then, should we? But we don't.
But there are periods of when we see lots of
well, we see regular cycles of meteorites, don't we? The Leonids, the
Perseids,
Proteids, the Perseids, all those sort of things. At the same time each year, because that's the time of the year that we pass through various comets.
I went out on the night when the Perseids were supposed to be at their highest, because we had a nice clear night. I must have seen a couple of hundred meteorites. It was absolutely brilliant. I only managed to catch one in a photograph, but I suppose that's actually not bad, is it?
Yeah. And most of the things that are ejected from a volcano aren't made of nickel and iron.
No. More silica based, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it's usually like basalt or, scoria.
Core and nickel. Iron and nickel. So in this magnetic field, iron and nickel. So you get your meteorites and stuff solidifying with the heat. Get the old one flying down to Earth once in a blue moon. Basically the volcanoes releasing that into the atmosphere. It's probably coming out of here too, the magnetic field, the vortex. What have we got here? Due to the rotation of Earth, this tidal bulge actually sits slightly ahead of the moon. Some of the energy of the spinning Earth gets transferred to the tidal bulge. This drives the bulge forward, keeping it ahead of the moon. The tidal bulge feeds a small amount of energy into the moon. Oh, rubbish. Well, sort of, yeah, because there's pumping action here.
I think we might agree on something there. I'm sure that's something we can agree on.
This drives the bulge forward, keeping it ahead of the moon. The tidal bulge feeds a small amount of energy into the moon. Oh, rubbish.
Yeah. The tidal bulge feeds energy into the moon.
It does, actually.
Actually, it does, yeah.
Yeah, that's what happens, and that's one reason why the Earth's rotation is gradually slowing down. Because it's transferring momentum to the moon. Yeah.
But we fall off if the Earth stops.
Well, no, it won't change gravity, will it? In fact, if we stopped rotating, we would be pulled down just a teeny-weensy bit harder by the Earth than we currently feel it.
Yeah,
but there'd be no daytime, nighttime.
That's right. Well, there would be. It's just that
take a lot longer, maybe.
Yeah, if you did finally reach locking, tidal locking, it would mean that daytime and nighttime would be in the same place all the time.
What about as the Earth spins around the sun? Or right, it orbits the sun. Wouldn't there be a nighttime, daytime then? There'd be 6 months of daytime and 6 months of nighttime.
Not if it's tidally locked with the sun.
Ah.
Depends on whether we're just tidally locked with the moon or if we're tidally locked with the sun as well.
The moon is tidally locked with us, but we could become tidally locked with the sun, just like, is it Mercury that's tidally locked? Yeah.
It's
almost, yeah.
It's not. It's a special kind of tidal locking. It's a resonant locking. So I think it's like 3-2 resonance or something like that.
Yeah, something strange.
Yeah.
Well, sort of, yeah. This pumping action here is what the tides all come and converge in the Arctic, which create the magnetic field, this Luminotov, whatever ridge down here, creates this magnetic field. What am I doing this video about? I can't remember now. Venus. Was it about Venus? No, the opening of this divine spot here. Wednesday. On the day of the equinox, daytime and...
He just said, what am I doing the video about?
Yeah.
And then he said, was it Venus? Looks at the board. No, it was about the opening of the spot. So,
Yeah.
oh my god.
Yeah.
That is...
He doesn't live stream these, does he?
No.
He records this and then uploads it as an upload.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So has he never heard of a bloody video editing program? I mean, there's some basic ones that would allow him to at least get rid of all this umming and ahhing and.
Yeah, but Alan, he hasn't heard of an intro or an outro or a title screen either.
He's worse than me then.
It's like this is the bare minimum production you can value you can expect. Film.
Oh, he doesn't even have he doesn't even have an avatar on his YouTube channel. It's just got an L.
Hey, did you notice that he's broken his ring magnet?
Oh, there's half of one there.
He's had a broken one up there for a while.
Oh,
okay.
Oh, you're more observant than us then, Blue.
The three full ones are behind him right now.
Oh, okay.
They're usually over on the right side, but
yeah,
those pieces of a broken magnet have been hanging around in the last couple of videos. I've noticed.
Yeah. I wonder how many speakers he wrecked to get the magnets.
Nighttime of approximately equal duration all over the planet. In the northern hemisphere, the much. No, not that one. The magnetic potential field represented by colour on left-hand cross-section. Colloidal magnetic potential is a scalar quantity that contains information. What's this about? That one?
He's reading stuff from somewhere. I've got no idea what he's reading.
What's this about?
Yeah, what's this
Sounds
about?
like
Yeah.
he's reading a wiki and disagreeing with it.
Oh. He's the foremost knowledgeable scientist in the world. Like, come on. They've almost got it right, but he's got the final keys to everything.
Scientists consider the planet's pulse to be linked to its magnetic field. Of course.
Okay. Before he answers his own statement, I'd like to hear from the panel before he does. What's
that?
What was the sentence?
I didn't catch what he said.
Yeah, that's
No,
what
I didn't either.
I know it's a bit at the end of this bit.
Section. Colloidal magnetic potential is a scalar quantity that contains information. What's this about? That one? Some scientists consider the planet's pulse to be linked to its magnetic field.
That bit. That was the bit that I was questioning. Or asking about. So what he's saying, planet's pulse. Is he talking about
word salad?
Is that a word salad? There's no pulse as such.
Does he mean like the resonance?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's a hard one. I mean, that could mean so many things. I mean, we know that the solar wind affects the shape of the magnetic field. Like as more particles go past the Earth, they distort the magnetic field of the Earth. And that's especially so in cases like, coronal mass ejections and stuff like that, where we have a large influx of charged particles coming past. They change the shape of the Earth's magnetic field and stretch it out in unusual ways. It's not a well-behaved shape, the Earth's magnetic field. It has a long tail on it because the solar wind distorts it and causes it to change shape. So that, in a way, itself could be said to be some kind of pulse of the magnetic field.
And I guess
yeah, it could be just being used in a much more generic sense. The pulse in terms of the Earth's
living
life form.
And let's face it, not only do we have an axial tilt, we also have the fact that the poles are not on the axis.
The magnetic poles, yeah.
The magnetic poles are not on the axis. So as we rotate every day, the whole magnetic field is
changing. Yeah,
is changing angle relative to the solar wind.
Yeah, that's right.
Is there any reason why the magnetic poles aren't more centered towards the axis of rotation?
It's got a lot to do with what's happening on underneath the Earth's surface and the way that the magnetic field is generated, Terry. And we know that the interior of the Earth is not completely uniform. I mean, we know that there are pockets of lava in the mantle. It's not just one big molten thing around volcanoes are attached to. You know, its densities we know vary across the Earth's surface. So there must be non-uniformities under the surface of the Earth. And those non-uniformities also mean that there are non-uniformities in the magnetic field. So, and the way that the magnetic field is generated is still in question. I mean, they understand the basic principles of it, but not the fine details yet. And they're constantly discovering new things that could possibly be the cause or the source of the magnetic fields, like at the boundary between the solid core and the molten core. They suspect that there's a growth of crystals, and that this crystal growth, as the liquid core solidifies, as the Earth cools down, releases a lot of energy, and it can contribute to the magnetic field in some way as well. So there's a lot of things that they still have to learn about yet. So it's not a simple thing. That's about the best answer I can give.
I read somewhere about magnetic fields can be influenced by temperature as well. To a certain temperature, then they lose it loses a magnetic properties.
You're talking about the Curie point. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That only happens with ferromagnetic materials, Terry.
Ah.
Right.
Okay.
This is a misconception, and sometimes you hear the FLIRs screw this all up. They try to use the Curie point to say that the Earth's couldn't generate a magnetic field because the core is molten, which is what has to be a temperature well above the Curie point. And that's the temperature at which ferromagnetic material ceases to be magnetic anymore. It can't be at those temperatures, right? But that's not the mechanism. The mechanism for generating magnetic fields is electric current flow, eddy current flow in molten metal. And anytime you have current flow, you have a magnetic field to go with it. That's the actual mechanism.
Yep.
So
It's quite amazing, Blue. You mentioned first getting things wrong. When does that happen? I just.
I mean, all you've got to do is
But-
think about what do they use in generators to make the winding out of that causes the electricity to be generated as that winding is spun around. It's copper. Is copper magnetic? No.
Not that you couldn't make iron windings, but they wouldn't.
Yeah.
They wouldn't be very efficient. I would
No.
have a lot of heat loss in that.
Yeah, that's right.
But I do support doing something about these damn magnetic fields. Those things really should be coincident with the axis of the Earth. Damn it, we ought to look into fixing that.
It'd be much easier, wouldn't it, to navigate?
It's extremely inconvenient to have the damn North Pole offset the way it is. That's a pain in the ass.
And I looked at an image of how far it's moved around over time.
Yeah, and it wouldn't be bad if you just leave it alone. Quit moving it around, damn it. Jesus.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting when the Earth's magnetic field does finally flip. And it's not just going to be a simple flip. No. It's going to be a slow change over. Like, it's not going to be like one day it's pointing north and the next day it's pointing south. It'll sort of like diminish in strength, and there'll be a lot of anomalies all over the Earth, and then it'll gradually sort of like flip and be the other way around over a significant period of time. But there'll be one kind of compass that won't affect. And of course, that would be
the gyro compass.
Yeah.
How do I know that one?
Yeah. They'll still work fine.
Yeah. And there might be lightning.
We can only hope, Terry.
Yeah. Our pulse is the tidal movements every 12 hours, isn't it? Specifically when taking into account the Schumann resonance. Others consider it to be connected with the geodynamic of Earth, which is later garbage. The Schumann resonance. Schumann resonance is 7.83 of Earth, isn't it? And it's a human brain, 7.83. It says the human.
I heard
He's not necessarily accurate about how long the period for the tides are in some parts of on some parts of the Earth.
No.
Because there's some places on the south coast of England where they have 4 high tides a day.
Oh, 4? Okay. Wow.
And the heights of that get a bit weird. Mostly it's because the way the water moves around it, the tides come south down both sides of the UK, and then one runs west, and then they run west and east across the bottom of the south coast, and they meet near the Isle of Wight and Upper Solent, and but they're slightly they don't run all at the same time, so you get 4 tides instead of 2.
We get 4 tides, like where Lindsay lives in New Zealand. Low tide, high tide, low tide, high tide in one day. So he's looking for like, Lindsay, you don't even get it right for your own country. Far out.
So what's he trying to blame the tides on the Schumann resonance?
He's combining the two.
Yeah, he's combining it.
I don't think he understands what the Schumann resonance actually is.
Well, he called it Lady Garbage. So.
Oh, okay.
when it says like geo something, he's like, that's Lady Garbage.
For those that don't know, the Schumann resonance, what the Schumann resonance is it's a couple of peaks in the radio spectrum at very low frequencies, because what happens is that lightning strikes in the atmosphere set up a resonance around the Earth in the ionosphere. So if you think of the whole Earth, if you think of the atmosphere as like a resonant chamber, a circular resonant chamber, you'll have certain frequencies that will resonate and reinforce each other going around the Earth in that resonant chamber. And they're called the Schumann resonances. and they're set off by lightning, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's an awful lot of lightning around the world, isn't there?
Yeah. Yeah.
In fact,
Yeah.
I happen to know that part of the stuff that Robert Watson Watt was working on when he had his ideas about radar was a system that Britain was using to measure lightning strikes around the world, because obviously, I mean, the first radio transmitters, Marconi stuff, they were spark transmitters, weren't they? So they produced their radio frequency by having a spark. Well, that's lightning in a bottle.
Yeah, well, almost every Bureau of Meteorology in every country nowadays has the ability to track lightning strikes from that very same principle.
Yeah, so, but this was work that Britain was doing in the 1920s when it was pioneering stuff.
Did somebody mention lightning?
Well, you can always
times, Jerry.
Remember, I always used to be able to track when there was a storm somewhere. You'd be driving along in your car and you have the old AM radio station on. Every time there's a storm somewhere, all the time, you know, on your radio.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a strike finder in my airplane. It would pinpoint lightning strikes, show it on a display.
Okay.
I could see
cool.
Where that activity was and try to avoid it.
Yeah.
Has anyone heard my story about lightning?
No.
Hadn't you heard it, Paul?
No.
Ah. Anyone else on
you
the
didn't
panel
tell us there was lightning, Terry?
Yeah, Sheepy knows about it. Alan knows about it. Even Blue might know about it.
I don't know about it.
You don't know about it? Ah. I was here on the computer one night, and we had a couple of big cracks of thunder, or one big one, shook the house, turned the power off and everything, and lightning and flashing through the house. It lasted for about 4 or 5 minutes. And that's what I said. There was lightning. Yeah.
That's where it was born.
Yeah, that's where it was born, yeah. There was lightning.
I grew up on a farm, Terry, and we used to run a milking shed. We didn't have many cows, like it wasn't a dairy farm. But I remember my pop, he used to do the milking, and one morning there was a storm, and he was carrying buckets of milk back to the house, and he got a bit worried because the lightning was striking all around, and he dropped the buckets and ran to the house, and the lightning struck the buckets and melted them.
Oh,
yeah.
We can get more milk. Get in the house.
Yeah. Anyway, play.
Others consider it to be connected with the geodynamic of Earth, which is later garbage. The human resonance. Human resonance is 7.83 of Earth, isn't it? And it's a human brain, 7.83, because there's the human brain there, isn't it? Same thing. We're all connected. It's all nature.
No.
You don't live on a spinning ball. Human resonance. You know, he detected the magnetic fields 60 miles up. We're in this zone. We're inside here. They call the dielectric magnetic field flowing over us. We've got,
where are the countries, Lindsay?
It's Egyptian. We've got this in the field of international relations, the sphere of influence. This comes about for this divine moment where the skies separate.
He's going to show us something on the phone, is he?
A little bit depiction there, but let's spun the story.
Oh, yeah. Clear as day there, Lindsay. Clear as day. Yeah. Clear as day.
Field of international relations, the sphere of influence. This comes about for this divine moment where the skies separate. This gap here.
Jeez, Lindsay, next time don't use a billboard.
Depiction.
Can't see a friggin' thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Clearly, like, that is the scientific manual that you should be going to, Lindsay. That's the one. That is the height of education. You know, that That is in every science class, every
That's the
math class.
culmination of thousands of years of scientific research, Sheeple.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Pause,
I mean,
pause and zoom, Spook said. Well, I can't zoom
we're
it
really,
in, Spook. Enhance.
we're really quite
Enhance.
spoiled, Terry, to live
Enhance.
in a world that can give us this level of detail and understanding.
I know.
mean,
Where did you get? Where does that come from, Spook? Enhance. Where they go enhance? It comes from a TV show or a movie.
The CSI.
it says at the top, though, Terry, sphere of influence. So if we search sphere of influence, we too can be at the cutting edge.
Hang on, I've got the right bloody glasses on.
I don't know.
There, but they've spun the story a bit differently to mean Europeans meaning Asian culture or something or other. Kinahu. Kahu? It's in like Kahu. Referring to the colour purple. Colour purple, it's a spiritual thing. It's to do with this divine moment. Land of purple. Tablets found in the Hurrian city of New Zealand in the earlier 20th century appear to use the term Kinanu as a synonym for red or purple dye. That's different. Purple cloth beginning there. Commodity was mentioned in Exodus. The dyes may be named because that's the whole story of this moment in time when the sky's apart.
If he says purple dildo, I'm stopping it.
Greek word purple. Yes.
Stop for a second, Terry.
Haiti, Old North.
You know why only kings and emperors normally are allowed to wear purple, don't you? It came because they were the only people who could afford to wear the colour purple because of the expense of the bloody dyes that were needed.
Makes sense.
No other reason. I mean, it's mentioned in old books because making stuff go purple was really expensive.
This is so far away from what he's talking about. It's not even funny.
Well, like I said, like I keep saying, he's practically not even wrong.
Norse Haiti, one who hates. Two wolves are only mentioned in passing reference. They have to do with the pursuing Sol and Mani, the sun and moon, through the sky in hope of devouring them. And Ragnarok, the downfall of the cosmos. They catch their prey as the sky and earth darken and collapse. And it's a drama story about the solar eclipse. It's when the moon's getting on with the sun, new moon, and there can be a solar eclipse. It's a third entity. It's not the moon. It's not the moon doing it. The moon goes on the sun every month. It's to do with the other planets, associated with the other planets. It's not entirely clear which one of them pursues the sun and which pursues the moon. The medieval Icelandic historian Snorri Sturluson, whose works are typically taken at face value in low-quality introductory books on Norse mythology, claims that Skoll chased the sun and Haiti the moon. However, Snorri's source in the passage, the Eddic poem Grumismal, says the following in the relevant stanza. Skoll is the name of the wolf who follows the shining priest into the desolate forest. And the other is Haiti. Skoll is the name of the wolf who follows the shining priest, that's the sun, into the desolate forest. Well, you call it that then once it goes into an eclipse or the moon goes over it. Maybe it's following the moon, I don't know. Saturn's retrograde officially starts on April the 6th. So I associate a lot of this stuff to 2017 because that was a divine year, where all the stars had been lined up. And it all seemed to work in with all the historical stories. Saturn, because Saturn ends on the 25th of August. So Saturn was retrograde during the great solar eclipse in 2017. So that was the start of it, because it's Sagittarius. That's Saturn connected to Capricorn. Jesus story, Christmas, Capricorn. Saturn has actually already entered the retrograde zone with a pre-shadow. So that's to do with the Great Pyramids, where they're looking, and all that at a particular time. And then come the time in September, it's Mercury retrograding, which is also connected to the goat, the horns and everything, because this is the goat, the horn thing. See, look, that's the skull of a goat's head. Looks like this, doesn't it? And then then you got the two magnetic fields. It's associated with that, this divine moment. Capricorn at a particular time when Saturn's doing its thing, and when Mercury goes retrograde. at the equinox, and it's all to do with this time. These are the 5 holy days. 5 holy days. Right there. But it's also, the title thing must be connected with this. I don't know why there's a difference between these dates. I would have thought it all happened at the same time.
Mercury doesn't always go retrograde at the equinox.
What's this planet known as Karma? Now, since the placement of planets within the orbit have to do with different astrological signs, in April 2017, Saturn and Venus will be squared. And Venus has something to do with it too, which means things can get rather complicated. Not only is Saturn the lord of karma, but it means that the lessons to be learnt with Saturn retrograde will have to do with love and money due to the positioning with Venus. When they say karma, that's being at rest. Let's do it the divine story too. Being at rest for this divine moment to happen to an individual, if he is the right star sign and everything. Etymology. Keeper of boundaries. Keeper of boundaries is to do with Mercury. See, when Mercury's retrograde, this opening. Keeper of boundaries, referring to his role as bridge between the upper and lower worlds. The bridge, bringing, this is the southern field and the north field, bringing together the, between the upper and lower worlds. In Lower Egypt, Upper Egypt and the Egyptian story. And see that connection point there? What is Ishtar holding in her hand?
Lindsay, you're drawing the
thing that
dots.
looks like, what's this thing that looks like this? The connection point? Hey? We call that kind of Ankh, something else, isn't it? A similar thing. It's the Sumerian Babylonian version of the Ankh, Egyptian Ankh. It's to do with this divine point. The passing through. Christian one's got the leg on it. You can stretch it back here because you've got the leg on it. But it's still a sword coming through when this opens. It's all the same. Christian cross, the Ankh, that.
The sword.
There's one of the planets known in antiquity. Mercury's name is at the origin of the name of Wednesday. And what was the divine day in 2017? The 6th day. On the 6th day, which was the full moon, I've been through this all the videos, the full moon, and it was a Wednesday. And Christianity's talk about this Wednesday, Ash Wednesday. It's all related, which goes to show that after 2,000 years, all the dates are precise.
Ash Wednesday's got nothing to do with
some stories you'll find that out, but they're not. It was bang on.
And Wednesday's basically an old Norse name, day of the week, because it's Woden's Day for the Norse god Woden, or Odin, as we might know him better. And Thursday is Thor's Day. And Friday is also a Norse one because it's Frigg, the Norse goddess of fertility, I think.
Wednesday in French and other Romance languages, Mercredi comes from the Latin Mercury, dies, or Mercury's day. See, Mercury dies, goes into the sun, retrograde. All happened on that day. It's all connected. Hermes, the son of Zeus, the father and chief of the ancient Greek gods, and the nymph Maya, a goddess of clouds and one of the ladies, the 7 daughters of Atlantis. And his job as messenger, Hermes, wears a broad-rimmed traveller's hat called a pedosis, or pedesis, and also talaria, or winged sandals, made of imperishable gold, which bore him swift as a breath of air over sea and earth. This is the wind that passes through the gap when it's opened in the sky. Through here. And that's the Kadush, the helmet, the wings. And he carries the Kadush, or herald's staff. This was originally a willow wand with entwined ribbons, the twine of the snakes, and the traditional badge of the herald. But the ribbons were eventually depicted as snakes to support this. I told you in previous videos, the snakes represent the magnetic field. This is happening in the magnetic field there and there, separating. Hermes once used the Caduce to separate 2 fighting snakes, there you go, which forthwith twined themselves together in peace. That's the rotation I showed in earlier videos of the way the field passes back down to the earth here. But to get the twining, it needs to be looking back to have this centre behind it to get that elevation. Otherwise, this just goes down here, goes away as it goes down, and then swings back up. Ancient
How's Pips? Let's read Wikipedia and make a video. No research needed. Yeah.
Ancient and Roman mythology, the god we know now as Mercury has been known at least since the time of Sumerians, 3rd millennium BC. Here he was called Kad, a god favouring rains, agricultural fertility and harvest abundance, because this is September, related to the flooding of the Nile as well. Later, the Babylonian times, he was known as Nebu, associated to Nibiru. You don't think this is a weird planet out there? Maybe it does link around somewhere, but Nibiru is representing this passing through point here.
Just no such
Oh,
planet.
so he's a Nibiru thingy person as well.
Yeah, he believes in that as well. Yeah, that there's a planet Nibiru out there floating around. Behind the sun somewhere, maybe.
Marduk became the king by slaying the sea monster, Tiamat, thus establishing order in the universe. Nibiru became the scribe of the gods. It was his job to write down the laws and edicts of Marduk and to communicate them to common men. To the Egyptians, he was known as messenger of the gods, Thoth. There's Hermes too, Thoth, Hermes, the man who was born at that time.
Thoth.
Considered a Thoth. Marduk. Later became the Greek Zeus. Really, I thought Zeus represented here's the sun, and then the Roman Jupiter. So they're all connected now, they just got it wrong, it's just all connected. Nibiru becomes the Greek Hermes, and then the Roman Mercury in Roman mythology it was the son of Jupiter and of Maia, the daughter of the Titans, Atlantis. Mercury was also the god of the merchants and of trading, and he shared many of the attributes of the Greek god Hermes. Yep. Oops.
Well, going so
Now,
well
we
in
get
this
into
video
Venus and
until he
Mercury,
got into
and how
all this crap.
astrology's got it all wrong.
All the religious
They
stuff.
think they're not
Yeah.
what do you think's on how to do it?
Astrological,
Now,
astronomy,
look,
whatever they call it.
I've showed you before what happens in here. There's your cross. What goes out in the cross is down in our world. Down. Okay? What comes in is coming up. Up. And then down. Now, you've got the ecliptic in here, okay? And you've got, let's say you've got Venus right in there. You'll have Mercury out here. There's the sun, say. Mercury's out here. It's a little sun. It's on the border of the electrical and the magnetic. Aphrodite, they call them. Part male, part female. Magnetic field. Done it in a previous video. So, in the night sky, we see Mercury down, Venus up. But, like I say, in here, out is down. So, Mercury out here, out is down. So Mercury there, right, should be down here. Which it is. Mercury, Venus. Venus is up there. Out and down. What am I getting at here?
No,
Mercury's supposed to be closer to the sun. Yeah, so Mercury's closer to the sun, that's what I'm getting at.
What am I getting at?
Because there's the sun.
Only you know, mate.
Yes,
It's the
exactly.
sun. This is more of a moon. Mercury's more of a moon. It's out in the magnetic field. This is on the, well, it goes around the sun. It's like that. It's out there, close to the sun, on the same line. More electrical than magnetic. And we're led to believe that Mercury is close to the sun. They keep telling us that, but it's not. It just looks that way to us. You know, the sun's about to come up.
Huh?
But in reality, no, it's not. They wonder why, when they start telling you what all the planets look like, it's all wrong. You can describe them. This is more of a moon. Mercury's more of a moon because it's out here in the magnetic field. It's the female. The moon.
Who's getting
Everything out
confused,
here,
Dora?
magnetic field, further out.
Confusing
is
himself.
Female. It's the sun in the centre. This is the big ellipse. The sun. Well, here's the sun. And it's got a field. It's like that. It's the charge and the rotation in the middle here. And everything comes around it like this. But it's a band, what I call the ring of fire. All the planets and everything are all in there. So if you've got Venus right back here, which is basically on the line.
That's the ring of fire, not where the earthquakes happen.
Is he putting all the planets on the same plane of, what do they call that?
He calls it the elliptic.
The elliptic, yeah. But what about Pluto? He hasn't explained Pluto.
Yeah. Well, you know, it is an electrical side. Here, Mercury's out here. We see Mercury. It's like a moon sitting out here. Venus is in there. It's electrical. That's why it looks like a sun. It looks like a moon. And so on with all the planets.
Mercury is
You'll
like
find
a moon.
Saturn out here, like this, with its ring around it, because it's right on the cusp here of this main magnetic field out here.
Okay, Fred. You got us now.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if I can.
Yeah, Fred's right, you know. It would have all... If we had all tried harder at school, all would understand all this. Yeah, so there you
Here,
go.
it's sitting on the
Exactly.
outside. It's magnetic field. It's collected the crap that's flowing up here. And as the season changes like this, there's equilibrium. I bet you'll see it like this. You won't see the
Not that
sides
he's
of it. It'll be like that.
certifiable.
Because it's dead flat. Dead flat. That's the way it is. It's right out on the cusp here. Right out here. We get all the crap flying around here. It even describes it all in mythological stories. It's a no-brainer. You go around all these planets. They all do their thing. Slow motion. The sun's always quicker to the center. It goes around quicker every day. The planets wander around. They'll finally get around there, and they'll come around and they go into the sun. Then they come out again.
You see him reach the revelation during his
it, it looks like
that's it.
they're going backwards.
Yeah.
And because the sun's passing it, it makes it look like it's going that way. And the sun's going that way.
Eureka.
No-brainer.
The Eureka moment.
It might be time for a Lindsay bingo card, I think, Terry.
And as you probably guess, Venus and Mercury are the two hottest planets in the solar system. How would they know? They don't even know. But not in the order that you'd think. Even though Mercury orbits closer to the Sun than Venus,
How would they
it lacks
know?
an atmosphere. It's got no atmosphere because out here in the magnetic field,
Wikipedia and this, I don't know where he's getting
in
all
there, he's on the fiery cusp of Venus. Black hole in there. It's
Got
black.
IQ tabs
Maybe
on
here,
his
it's
phone,
like there's a
Terry.
white cloud
You
part
can
of
switch
it,
in between them.
breaking away from the cloud and the magnetic field.
Dave, I do
We're
not know
looking
why he's
at it
got
from
a
here, aren't we?
huge one of
Through
them
all
on the whiteboard. No, it just cuts it. That's it. What happened to the splitting of the dome? That was what it was called.
Oh my goodness. I just
What
love
happened?
that.
I wanted to know how the dome got split.
The way it just cuts out like that.
Yeah, but I watched that whole video waiting for the splitting of the dome.
What's the bit? He carried on talking for a few minutes, didn't realize his camera was gone.
Yeah, and they probably gave us the explanation of why the dome split. I'm going to complain to Lindsay about this.
I guess we'll never know, Terry, but the answers are locked inside his head.
Bugger.
There's a room in there because there's no brain.
How long ago did he do this video? October 12th. No, there's no way he'd remember it 5 days ago what he was thinking.
What do our comments say, Terry?
Okay, I'll have a look at the comments. Just for you, Sheepy. Yeah. Scroll down. There we go. You reading them, Sheepy?
Yeah, I'm reading them.
You reading them? You reading them aloud or reading them to yourself?
T. Jones, Lindsay Harris. For map purposes, the ball needs to be used as a model. Lindsay never understood that the globe is both map and model. Lindsay replied, exactly, Earth is just a model for geographical purposes, not for reality. T. Jones replied, Lindsay, Earth is just a model? Okay, so you're lying or ignorant. The globe model of Earth is also a map. You are smart enough to know that the legend on the globe map can be tested, but you refuse to test it. I say because you know it will debunk you and you just can't face it. All you're proving is that iffy is a belief based on fear. Ooh.
We'll give
I'll
give a thumbs up for that thing for TJ Jones. There you go. I like that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Impalatube. I have fairies living at the bottom of my garden. You can't debunk that, Lindsay. Lindsay replied, no, I wouldn't try to bonk them either. Jesus.
What the? Where does he get that from? He's got a twisted...
He has a weird mind.
He is a twisted mind.
Perverted or weird, one of the two.
And George in SC4 says, amazing research you share. And Lindsay replies, Green Thumb says, Dr. Green Thumb says, haha, research for idiots. Lindsay replies, don't feel bad, mate. We'll all wake up sooner or later. Lindsay, you're still asleep. Oh. And finally, Dr. Green Thumb.
I'll play that one.
That's a good one. Dr. Green Thumb says, there is no dome. Lindsay replies, really? How do you know? Science found it prudent to document its whereabouts in 1958, and it's written in scripture and stated it is not scratched. Is not scratched, which to me would imply a force field is protecting it, the magnetic field, and blow me down. A force field was a common term in Star Trek in the early 60s.
What?
So we can use science fiction as
Yeah.
evidence to support.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Okay.
If you had any insight, you would understand the whole story regarding Star Trek's and the character Spock. Read more. Click read more, Terry.
Oh, read more. Sorry.
If you consider soluminescence, that's not how you spell it, but I'm pretty sure. Soluminescence frequencies and the bubble, you might get a handle on creation. And Dr. Greentham replies finally, "Ha ha ha! You're so incredibly stupid. Show me this document. You're an idiot."
That's all.
Well,
it is.
they were
That's it.
enjoyable comments.
Yeah. Oh, I'll give a thumbs up for a couple of them.
Yeah, definitely worth it.
He played the Star Trek card, yeah, Spook.
It went from Star Trek to Star Treks. So that's a new way. Instead of KS, it's like, no, it's X.
Okay.
Very, I don't know, that took a lot out of me, to be honest, Terry, that video.
Was James T. Kirk a mate of Herod? Is that a rhetorical question, Stewie?
Let's ask Lindsay.
I've got no tabs left. What's that mean? I've run out of tabs.
Oh no.
I got nothing.
There's nothing left.
I got nothing left.
It must be on too.
Somebody's sharing. What do we got?
Fantastic.
Take it away, Paul.
Advertising logo failures. Yeah, there's some pretty good ones and some pretty ordinary ones in here. So bear with me. All right. Logo of the Catholic Church's Archdiocesan Youth Commission. This is an actual logo designed in 1973 for the Catholic Church's Archdiocesan Youth Commission. It even won an award from the Art Directors Club of Los Angeles.
You got to be kidding.
That's a failure, isn't it?
That is a definite failure, that one.
Should have drawn a face. Should have did a face on the kid. So, yeah.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be a face, it'd be the back of their head.
Oh, Terry, no one was going to go there, Terry, but you.
This is a family show.
Dear.
My goodness. My goodness.
The next one, A-style clothing logo.
You wonder why I don't talk much.
The A-style logo was born well before the line of clothing designed in 1989 and marketed in Italy since 1999. It was in fact an invention of his creator, who began to attack Italian cities with stickers on a yellow background with A-style logo, an example of guerrilla marketing, followed by other cities including Miami, Moscow, and London. Newspapers and television began to be interested in the strange appearances of the logo, and soon the company started marketing their products under the brand A-Style.
Okay, I've got nothing on this one. I've got no idea.
Probably for the best.
No comment, eh?
Yeah, I got no comment on this one.
It's quite clever. It's
Back
good.
in the 80s, we had some. There were people going around sticking Dayglow orange duck stickers on roadsides all over the country.
What's the difference between Dayglow and Asbo orange?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, sorry.
Monsat logo.
Oh no.
Now you know why Mr. Satellite looks so happy.
Oh no.
Oh, that is just so.
Which way does it get erected?
How? How can people not pick up on that?
No.
Like no one. Like, you know what? Maybe This is borderline. Oh, I got tears.
This one's a great one too. Clinica Dental logo. Probably got a high proportion of satisfied customers.
Oh, right.
I'm not going to say nothing again.
Yeah, right. Computer doctor's logo. Is that a mouse, or are you just really happy to see me?
Yeah.
My goodness.
No, it's definitely a mouse.
Yeah, it's not a cordless mouse though.
I get that we're trying to
This
do.
one here, the locum logo. Not quite the message they were intending to give people.
Jeez.
You know what a locum is, don't you, Terry?
L-O-C-U-M?
Yeah, locum. Do you know what a locum is?
No.
A locum is a replacement, a temporary replacement doctor. So when your doctor goes away on holidays, they get a locum in to replace him. Okay? So that's what a locum is. It's a replacement doctor. And so I guess they thought they'd put a symbol of a heart in there, you know, but it kind of doesn't work. Oh, dear. Clothing for the independent woman. Catwear.
Oh, what?
Yes.
Oh, that's terrible.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. I don't think they've got much idea of what women really want. This next one's a good one too. The Institute of Oriental Studies logo.
What?
Yeah. They did actually change.
Through people.
Yeah, they did actually change the logo after a while.
Far out.
What, they got the point?
They did a different style of building with a different background. Yeah. The Kudwara pharmacy logo. No service is too difficult for these guys. Oh dear. Ever heard of a company called Kids Exchange?
They didn't even
That's more like modern times.
Yeah, that's right.
They didn't even think to put a gap in between the letters.
No.
That's brilliant. I love it.
Yeah. This next one's one of my favourites of all time, actually, this one. It's not supposed to say Kids Exchange logo at the top. It's supposed to be the junior jazz dance classes. One of those images where more than one glance is needed.
Yeah, I see
it. Yeah, really. Those are nice ones.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
Is it a duck or a rabbit? Depends which way you look.
Is it two people dancing or one person naked? Oh, dear.
I know boobies when I see them.
Yeah. Hask sent a logo. Everyone leaves here with a happy ending.
People need to realize, man, like the stick figure is burnt into people's brains, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Megaflix. Is it just the service that sucks? The prices are too high, or what? You know, this is where spacing between letters becomes important.
Yes, it does. Otherwise, it looks like mega.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. That is terrible.
Did somebody beep me out then when I was saying that?
Yeah. State of Vermont, pure maple syrup sold here. I wonder if they ended up selling more or less.
Oh no.
Yeah. I should say engineering, and my keyboard hasn't been working very good lately. Deccan Engineering Enterprises. They've got the tool for the job. This is very clever, this one. Going camping, anyone? Either a funny mistake or a carefully thought out logo. I'm inclined to think it's the latter, actually.
That's fun.
Yeah. Well, if you're going to go for it, you might as well go for it big time, mightn't you?
Does anyone know what the Zune logo looks like? Have you ever heard of Zune?
Zune, no.
What you mean? The product we're using to talk to each other on at this very moment?
Not Zoom. No, not Zoom. Zune. Zune.
Oh,
Zune.
No.
Okay. Well, they've got a logo, and if it's on a glass window and you look at it from the other side. The Zune logo as seen from the other side.
Oh, dear.
Another well thought out logo from a satellite and antenna company. Satan. This next, for the remainder of them, this is all about thinking carefully when you put advertising on the side of vehicles. What will it look like with the van door open? I wonder.
Although Paul, looking at that, it's obvious that they have actually not opened the door all the way, have they? If they carefully put that. So
Yeah.
It's enough to get in and out, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Quality assurance. But when you lift it up, it says quality ass. All aboard the what? the porn tourist bus. I have no idea what it's supposed to say. I tried to think of all sorts of things, but I couldn't come up with something of what it really might be.
Well, I mean,
Glass doctor? The ass doctor.
Oh, no.
I like it. We fix your pains.
Yeah, that's right.
So we're supposed to be.
So what if in case you've got a pain in your glass?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
The Community Baptist Church. Why bother with other religions? Just follow the state-sponsored one. The Communist Church.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. The Jersey City Parking Authority? They probably are the jerking authority. No one otherwise jerking. If you haven't got a permit, then these guys will fine you.
Far out.
Yeah. This one's a good one too. Yeah. Doors closed, Mitchell's Wholesale Providores. And doors open, Mitchell's Whores.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. The world's most uncomfortable van.
Listening unit. Oh.
I believe what it says when the door's shut.
Yeah, I don't know what it's supposed to say when the doors are shut. Oh dear.
It'd be first aid unit, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Wouldn't it be, no.
I don't know.
First assisting. Oh no. Oh no. That's
Yep.
perfect too. From a distance, that
Yeah.
looked like a sick.
Yeah. I love rainbows too, but not this much.
Oh, oh no!
Rainboaters. Oh dear.
These people paid hundreds of dollars for this as well.
Yeah. Two of life's pleasures all rolled up into one awesome product.
Maybe Sussex.
Eating mushrooms is healthy for you, but what happens when the door's opened? Think about it.
Yeah. I get it.
Churchill and Langford Minibus Society.
Oh,
But when the
no.
door is open, it's a whole new kind of society. Oh dear. The wank van. Not sure what it's supposed to read with the door closed, but the number plate's a bit of a laugh too.
Far out. You'd always got to be careful with, simple, small words, right? Like,
Yeah.
especially if the
right.
word is shiitake, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go, another one.
Yeah.
Oh. This is my favorite one because it goes backwards and creates a forward word. It's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's just move the last letters and start.
Oh, that's good.
Have you ever bought Tesco's buttermilk? Not a very well thought out advertising logo, I don't think.
Oh my goodness. No one in the design team was like, maybe we need to review this. Just maybe I don't know.
Shouldn't put that on. Yeah.
Especially after the box gets a bit bashed up.
Yeah.
Just to make it doubly worse.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
So customers have complained that the chicken van's logo is too rude, but owners say it was not designed to be that way at all.
Yeah, it's just
Oh,
dirty
yeah,
people's
bet.
minds see what they see.
Yeah. Oh dear. And that's what I had for you. There you go.
That was awesome.
Sorry, I won't speak my mind in the future. I'll try to keep quiet.
No, you can speak your mind, Terry, whenever you like.
That was very funny.
I'll have a look at the vans driving around my way and just imagine what the doors would be like if they were opened on any of the logos.
Dora said, "Don't get the Zune one."
Did you have some questions too, did you?
I do. I'm just organising things.
Okay, while you're doing that,
somewhere.
what Fleur say Wally dropped, how long does that go for? Oh, that goes for 28 minutes, Wally. Wally wants us to play something that went for 28 minutes. No, sorry, Wally, it's a bit long. Unless we do it at chipmunk speed.
I'd have to agree with Dora, Terry.
Dora. That clearly was a... But to the dirty mind, it was a... Okay.
Dirty bird, chicken.
I'm just getting the internal and external chats organised.
Pip's got a video that runs for 10 minutes. I can't work out what it is. It's all text. It's reading something out. Anyone else? Chemo pretends he isn't a flirt from Everett.
Must be old footage.
Yeah. Oh, it's new thing, but yeah. Common Core confusion. Bob. What's Bob? That's 14 minutes.
Point and laugh says Wally was too long and Lindsay wasn't.
We were able to play Lindsay at Chipmunk speed, weren't
Yeah. Oh, it's part of a series, not a one-off. Ah. Pip's saying that that's part of a series, not a one-off. Can we play it at Chipmunk speed? Because it goes for 10 minutes.
Oh, looks like we have it.
Oh, what do we got? Somebody's sharing something.
Excellent.
Oh, because I can't see it when I put my Discord window over it because I was over in Discord.
Okay.
Sheepy, you really... Sorry, Paul.
No, you're right.
I was just going to say, Sheepy, you need to get the excellent better because it's not quite the Mr. Full. It's not quite the full Mr. Burns there. Yeah.
Was it?
You need to. If you're going to say excellent about stuff, you really need to do the full Monty Burns voice, don't you?
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got 40 questions. Okay, each question will appear on the screen, and if you don't get it straight away, there's a little bit of a picture to sort of prompt you and help you. Some questions will be easy, some will be hard, and at the end there's an answer for it. Not at the end of the whole quiz, but at the end of each question. So let's get going. The first question is, this bistable electronic device assumes one of two stable output states, depending upon the state of the most recently applied input signal. In computer systems, this device is used for storing information. Name this common electronic device. Should I be looking at the top chat or the live chat?
You should be looking at the live chat, really, Paul,
okay.
Because
right, I've got the live chat up there. Yep.
Top chat doesn't always put all messages up and doesn't necessarily put them up in the correct order.
Yeah. Okay, we have some correct answers on the internal chat, and we have a correct answer from Vroom Fundle in the external chat too, in the Peanuts chat. It is indeed a flip-flop.
Why'd you say Jose for a clue or something?
Yeah, it's a flip-flop or a toggle, otherwise known as a toggle as well. So there you go. So we have Big Blue and Alan in the internal that knew what it was.
Blue was first.
Question 2. In a certain electronic circuit, the output is positive if input 1 is positive and output 2 is 0. If both inputs are positive, the output is 0. This is what kind of a circuit?
Pip wants to know what the F is a flip-flop. Hey? I'm trying to read Blue's answer to correspond with A, B, C, or D.
Well, Paul, I think you've left a state out of that state table.
Yeah, I have. This probably is a bit misleading, this question. That's the actual device.
Yeah, and it will have 4 of them in there, won't it?
It will, yeah.
Oh, and it's an LS chip.
Okay, the correct answer is it's actually an OR gate. Okay, strictly speaking, it's an exclusive OR gate because it's not just one input or the other. It's one input or the other input, but not both. So a bit misleading, that question.
Yeah, Terry, sorry, Paul, that really needed the other state because you can't differentiate between NOR and OR with what you've got there.
Yeah. Anyway, question 3. To reverse the direction of rotation of a 3-phase AC induction motor, do one of the following. Multiple choice. So do you reverse any 2 of the 3-phase connections? Do you change the frequency of the applied AC power? Do you operate the motor below the stall torque at very high slip? Sounds like a spurving bearing to me. None of the above. Which one?
I'm going to guess that letter. That's the only one that makes sense.
I have RC car experience to pull from, Terry. Like, that's what I do to make it go the other way.
We have a correct answer in both internal and external. And it is, of course, answer A, reverse any 2 of the 3-phase connections.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah. That's what I did.
Option C was a bit of word salad.
Yeah.
Question 4. What are the 3 elements of a bipolar transistor?
Bipolar transistor. No. Only Alan would know that one.
A is almost right for my preferred type of
blue knows the answer.
Bipolar transistor.
Amplifier device.
Transistor.
No, I got no idea. You're getting a few different answers out in the peanut
applies
gallery.
to an entirely. I think A applies to an entirely different kind of device, doesn't it, Alan?
No, because it's for A should be grid, anode, and cathode for a triode, which is, and of course triodes are voltage controlled voltage devices, whereas bipolar transistors are current controlled current devices. But FETs go back to being the same type of thing as a valve.
Fred says it's got to be D eventually. So keep trying, Fred. Keep guessing D. You'll get one right eventually.
Yeah, it is. We have correct answers internally and in the peanuts as well. It is, in fact, D. Okay? Emitter, base, and collector.
There you are. Fred, you got one right.
Yeah. Question 5. Seawater, i.e. salt water, freezes at. Is it the same temperature as fresh water? Slightly higher than fresh water, slightly lower than fresh water, or seawater does not freeze?
I have to go.
Oh, did I type the answer? I was going to put that.
Freeze.
Okay, you went for that sheep. Blue went for. Oh, I can't tell which. I can't tell which answers for which question. I can't tell which answers for which question in the internal chat. Oh, I did answer it. Okay.
That makes it hard to copy, does it, Terry?
No, I'm not copying.
We're just making sure the panel members were contributing.
Yeah, lots of correct answers out in the peanuts, and some correct answers in the internal too. It is in fact C, so a slightly lower temperature, and that's the whole point of spreading salt on the streets, because it makes the water freeze at a lower temperature, which means it has to get even colder for the ice to form.
I knew I should.
Yeah. Shame it corrodes your carter bits, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
I knew I should have cheated. Yes, Alan, and that's why all your cars are rusted out.
Ozone in the upper atmosphere is produced from what? Lightning, photochemical reactions, electrical appliances on Earth, or model fractals?
Ozone in the upper atmosphere
One of those.
is produced
One of those is
by-
a word. Yeah, one of those is a word salad answer. Guess which one?
Yeah, I think I know which one it is. I reckon it's that answer. And I'm not going to cheat.
Something to do
I'm
with,
not going to
I was
cheat.
looking at
I'll
something
get
to
me
do with
answer in
carbon.
before you answer.
It has to be that one. Reaction.
It couldn't be that one, Alan, because that's what I say.
Spike Milligan.
Well, I know that will cause that substance to be that
Yes, it does.
molecule of to be produced.
All right, I'll give you a hint with a diagram.
Ah, that's even better.
Yeah, that explains a lot to me.
Well, it does actually. If you think about one of the answers there.
Yeah.
I'm trying to read it. I can't read it. It's too small for me.
Concentrate on the orange bit, I reckon.
What colour's orange?
The top one. Top thing at the top in the middle.
So the answer is photochemical reactions.
Did I get one right?
Photochemical reactions. Yep. You did.
Yeah, I thought it sounded right more than the other ones.
Of course, ozone is produced by a lot of machines down on the Earth's surface, but down here, it's a pollutant, not very useful at all.
Right.
So you all copied off me.
Question 7. Pollination by wind is called what?
Ooh.
I'm going to go for that letter. It could be, but it might not be.
Do we get a picture, or is there no picture?
Oh, you can get a picture, but I'm afraid that the pictu's not probably going to help you.
That's not helpful.
No,
That's not help.
No, that doesn't help me.
It doesn't help at all.
Can we get a helpful picture,
perhaps? I'll give you a hint.
I'll
give you a hint. A hint would be, think of the device that actually measures wind speed. What's it called?
That's exactly what I was going to suggest as well, Paul.
We have correct answers galore out in the peanuts.
Yeah.
I like this one.
Yeah.
Cheapy. I might be wrong.
No, I like that one. I like that one.
Yeah. And the answer is actually anemophily. Because the device that measures wind speed is called an anemometer.
I didn't know that. Why did you tell me that in the first place?
Well,
because that would have given away the answer.
Anemometer.
Yeah.
Well, it means you need all the help we can get.
What is the technique by which lasers are used to photograph objects and reproduce them in 3 dimensions?
We get a multiple choice?
Come on, you should all know this one. This is an easy one.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know the name of the thing. I know what it is, but I don't know the name. I thought I've seen them use the machine to do it.
By the way, thanks, Dave N in the chat, for telling me when the questions are coming up out on the stream there. So I know.
Okay.
And we have correct answers galore coming up in the peanuts. It is in fact holography, and the diagram shows how it is achieved. Okay, you split the beam into 2 beams, a reference beam and an object beam, and the object beam reflects off the object while the reference beam doesn't. And then those two beams are combined on the photographic plate and cause an interference pattern, which is recorded on the photographic plate. And then when you illuminate the photographic plate with the reference beam again, without the object being there, it recreates the image in the photographic plate.
Right, so let's just leave that up there for a second and think how the claim of the moon being a holograph could ever take place.
Yeah. You kind of need the other equipment to make the hologram. Yeah. They don't just appear magically out of nowhere.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, right? So, like,
yeah, exactly.
And the size of, you know,
an awful big laser, and you need a photographic plate somewhere to view the hologram from.
You know, do you know the story when I pressed the person who said that, Paul?
What?
When I said to him, he goes, "What if the moon's been a hologram?" I said, "Well, how do holograms work? Do you think?" He's like, "They hologram stuff." And I'm like, "They hologram stuff."
That's the technical term.
Oh dear.
Yeah, that's a scientific term.
Yeah.
Hologram stufficus.
Yeah. Question 9. Name the effect that is caused by the scattering of light in colloids or suspensions.
I wish this was multiple
An
choice.
example of this would be if you put a few drops of milk in a glass of water and then shine a torch through it.
If it was multiple choice, I'd know
it. Yeah.
I can't spell.
Because I thought it'd be this word, sort of similar.
I'll give you, it starts with T.
Oh shit!
Oh well,
that's the wrong word.
The word I'm looking for.
That's not the word.
Well, thanks for that. Yeah, of course.
That didn't help. It starts with T
it's
now.
Named after somebody. It's named after somebody.
Sheepy, it's all up to you.
There's a dating app that sounds very similar to this name, but the ending's a bit different.
A dating app?
Oh, well.
I don't know any dating apps. Do you know any dating apps?
I got that wrong then. No.
Okay.
Time to do the dishes, says Stu.
Yeah. This is one of the harder questions because I figured that not many people would know this, but they will know it after today.
Yeah, I mean, you get this. You get this. You even get this with stuff.
Oh, Fred Knox has it right. Not quite spelt right, but he does have the right name. It is, in fact, the Tyndall effect.
Oh,
we weren't going to get that. No way.
Oh, what's the...
Yeah.
Tinder. Oh, yeah, Tinder. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know any dating apps, so I didn't know that one.
Ah, right. Okay.
I thought you said...
I bet you've heard of Tinder, though. Question 10. Yeah. Name the California scientist who won the Nobel Prize in 1962 for elucidating the details of the photosynthetic process.
I wasn't able to say anything, Paul, because the missus might have been listening.
Wasn't he one of your guests?
No, I haven't used this name yet.
All right.
No.
Well, I'm screwed then.
I thought you might have wanted us to explain to say what the word elucidating means.
I can. Yeah, no.
And no,
I was looking at the Nobel Prize winners of 1962 the other day.
Yeah.
Because that's what you do, right? You look up 1962 all the time.
Yeah.
No, but I was going through the Nobel Prize to look at the other names when I researched one of your guests. But yeah, I couldn't know without searching it, so I'm going to put a blank few lines.
His first name was Melvin.
Oh! Let's try something. Melvin
the Martian.
Melvin the Quark. No.
You see, I like your reaction. It's much more
surname related to a quite a famous fashion designer.
Ooh. Well, then
That's him.
it must.
That's him.
Fashion designer, Billabong.
Not Melvin Gucci.
Calvin Klein. I don't know.
Oh, you're getting close, Terry. Which one of those, though?
Ooh. I have to try again.
Yeah, I haven't tried yet.
I'm breaking the rules.
And
I'm a rebel.
You chose the wrong one.
Melvin Calvin.
It is indeed Melvin Calvin.
You had a 50-50 chance,
Sheeple, and didn't get it right.
We had a 50-50 chance, Sheepy.
Yeah, I'm just glad you're not Tony, Paul.
Yeah, I know. Question 11. Atolls are most probably formed by what process? Is it a rise in the Earth's crust? Is it sand brought in from the mainland? Is it the collapse of the center of a volcano? Or is it a coral relief upbuilding during subsidence?
Atolls are probably most probably formed. Oh.
Did they swim?
We have some correct answers out in the peanuts, along with some incorrect ones.
They swim there. Can you swim there? I think you can swim
And
there.
we have some correct answers in the internal chat too.
Yeah, I'm going to go for that one. I reckon it's that one.
It always reminds me of swimmers.
There's your image.
No, that would have been really helpful to decide.
Yeah. The answer is, of course, D. Coral reef upbuilding during subsidence. What happens is the seafloor subsides or sinks, and so the coral reef grows upwards to meet the surface.
Wow.
That's how the atoll is actually formed. Yeah.
Is that Bikini Atoll there?
No.
I don't know. Probably not.
That's the only atoll I've ever heard of.
I'm guessing that's somewhere
bigger.
I'm going to guess that's somewhere in the Seychelles, probably.
Bikini Atoll is longer. It's long.
Yeah.
Okay.
Righto. Question 12. Name the order of insects which includes among its members the hawk, the death's head, the brown tail, the carpenter, the clear-winged, clothes, and gypsy. What is this insect order? Now, you can either give the generic name or you can give the actual scientific name. I'll be impressed if anyone knows the actual scientific name.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've got some correct answers out in the peanuts already. And there's two words you can use.
What? Says my brain.
Terry, bogan moth. I think it's bogong moth, Terry, from Mount Bogong.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not the bogan moth.
Yeah. Of course, de Havilland had the hawk, gypsy, and a couple of other types of these, as well as aircraft model names.
My tiger moth.
Where's Wally's answer for the scientific one? Mothra. No, not Mothra. You're right. There's your picture. That would have given you that. It's moths or butterflies. Moths and butterflies. They both belong to this group.
Lepidoptera.
That's exactly right. The actual scientific name is Lepidoptera.
Oh, Alan,
Yeah.
why didn't you say that? You could have got an extra bonus.
You got it.
Well,
You
I
got
did.
it.
I got it
You got
before
it.
it came up. It
He
was like
did. Yeah.
I've been
got
trying to think, and it took a while to arrive.
Yep. That's right.
Oh, and there's a leopard moth as well.
Yeah. Okay. Give the name of the area of science concerned with the study of the customs and societies of mankind.
Oh,
Shit.
I know it, but I don't know it unless I had multiple choice. Bugger.
Oh. My God. How do you spell it?
Yeah, but then he puts a pick through it. What do they do that
Oof.
for?
Yeah, why did you do that for? That's just stupid.
Yeah, it's like as if
Yeah,
they're
I
doing a
know.
real excavation, and then he comes along and sticks a pick through it.
Yeah, someone needs to learn a bit about this, don't they?
Can't even spell it. Probably the wrong answer and the wrong.
We do. We have Alan with a correct answer. So you can all copy from him.
Copying now.
I think there's several in the outside as well.
Spooky Bed Hair with the correct answer too. It is in fact anthropology. Okay, question 14. Name the English naturalist who, while credited with being the co-developer of the theory of evolution by natural selection, is much less famous for this than his co-developer.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking of the main one that everyone knows.
Or once I see the name, I'll be like, oh yeah, that's the one
that's
who
it, that's
wrote the book or drew the picture. But yeah, I'm gonna do the. I'm gonna draw the answer that represents my brain.
Close, Spooky, but not quite right. Where's Wally?
Yeah.
That's the guy.
That guy.
He was also involved in the Bedford Levels experiment. Alfred Russel Wallace.
I keep
Is the
threatening to
name.
go over to the Bedford Levels because they're only a couple of hours drive away, and recreate Wallace's experiment.
Yeah.
Because that one's actually quite easy to do. Especially if there's a handy and convenient bridge.
Yeah. I gave an answer.
Stupid twat.
Okay, question 15.
I
The US
got an answer. I gave my answer, Paul.
What? Wallace and Gromit. Okay, the US population receives the largest dose of ionizing radiation from what source? Natural sources, fallout from nuclear weapons testing, nuclear medicine, or nuclear power plants?
Ionizing radiation.
Ionizing.
Just large dose. Nah.
I'm thinking of Alan and Blue's answer. Couldn't be that simple, could it?
Well, you have your picture now to help you, Terry.
Sheepy, what do you reckon?
It has to be A because of so many things on that chart are natural.
Exactly. That's right. It is, in fact, A, natural sources. Well done, everyone who chose A.
I think only 3 of those items on that chart are not natural sources.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It is surprising, though, how big a part of the pie that radon gas inhalation is.
Oh, yeah, it's mostly radon.
Yeah.
Although, of course, on your west coast, you've got an awful lot of uranium laying about on the surface, haven't you? Naturally occurring.
And radon is actually a lot denser than air too, so it tends to collect in the bottoms of houses and stuff. So, yeah. The radioactive element most commonly detected in humans is what? Is it potassium-40, cobalt-60, iodine-131, or plutonium-238?
I didn't know they were all radioactive.
Flefatorium.
I'm gonna have to go.
I'll give you a
Does that help you, Sheep?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I wrote this yesterday. What are you doing? I was reading that at lunchtime. That's incredible.
Yeah, the answer is in fact A, potassium-40, because potassium makes up about 2.5% of the elements in the Earth's crust, and it is a mineral that's used a lot in plant and animal life forms.
And it's radioactive.
Yep.
Well,
that's right. It's naturally radioactive. There's a naturally radioactive isotope of it that occurs naturally. So it doesn't have to be man-made. Yeah.
Bananas, you get potassium in it.
Yeah.
Oh,
You do.
wow.
Yes.
And some of it's radioactive.
Absolutely.
The same is kind of true for iodine-131, isn't it? I think.
Yeah.
But and of course, from what I remember, you really want to stay away from plutonium because not only is it very radioactive, it's also highly poisonous in its own right.
Yeah, that's right. And most of the plutonium that's actually made is not plutonium-238. It's actually plutonium-239. Yeah. Okay. Radioisotopes, which are used in medical diagnosis, are known as what? And you've got choices there. This is an easy one.
Silver bullets.
Yeah. There's always one answer in multiple choices that is complete nonsense, isn't there?
Yeah.
Sheepy's getting the hang of this.
We've got spooky bed here. A, B, C, or D. We do have a correct answer out in the peanuts.
While he tests I test my Geiger counter with bananas.
And the correct answer, I think Professor Phil Bell was the one to get the correct answer out in the peanuts. It is A. They are traces, radioactive traces.
I'm
because
gonna
you
go for
inject
A.
them, and you inject them, and they go where they're either absorbed or like they might follow the blood veins or be absorbed by a certain organ, and then you detect them radioactively. They can also be used out in the environment.
If you'd have put that picture up before, I would have changed I wouldn't have put my answer.
Okay. Question 18. What did Ira Benson discover in 1879, perhaps proclaiming how sweet it is?
Oh. Must have discovered the classic food. $1879.
Wow, the peanuts are onto it.
Yeah,
So
I
is
think
Alan.
my spelling is a bit rubbish.
Yeah, bit questionable with the spelling there, Alan. Right?
Yeah, but we're not going to condone him for it.
No, that's right. I know what he means. Yeah, we've got quite a few. No, I think brown sugar was actually discovered a lot before that, Irish. The correct answer is, of course, saccharin, the artificial sweetener. Question 19. This woman scientist was the oldest daughter of another very well-known woman scientist. She was the second woman in history to win a Nobel Prize in science, receiving the prize in 1935 for her work in synthesizing new radioactive elements. Who is this famous scientist?
Damn it.
This is an easy one. You can even have her picture if you like.
I can't remember her first name.
Yeah, that's the problem. The easy to remember first name is the wrong one.
Yeah. So just saying Curie isn't enough because that doesn't distinguish between her or her mother.
Yes. Damn it.
Yeah, but I'm just going
Come
to
on,
put a last
Peanuts.
name.
First name, not Marie Curie. Curie the younger. The other Curie. No. I'll give you a hint. Her maiden, her given name starts with I.
Oh, Sheba.
Alan's got it. And she actually had a hyphenated surname. It was actually Joliet Curie.
She looks so happy.
Good enough, Brainery. It was Irene. Irene Joliet Curie.
I can't say that out loud. The missus might come out wondering what I was saying.
Yeah. Question 20. The earliest experiments on chromosome theory and inheritance were developed by who? This is a reasonably easy one too.
Oh, so you say. Yeah.
Surname will do, but if you can give his whole name, that'd be even better.
I'm going to go... No.
That's a bit far
We have
behind.
a correct answer out in the Peanuts. Not quite the right first name. No. First death, it's not Chuck Berry. John Rapp comes up with the complete name, but Spooky got the surname correct first. It is, in fact, Gregor Mendel. Okay, guys, that's 20 questions, and I'm aware of how long that's taken. I've got 40 questions. You can choose. Do we want to stop here and have the other 20?
Yeah, leave the other 20 for next time.
Yeah,
okay.
I think so.
Good.
That was awesome.
All right, there you go.
Because I couldn't answer. I couldn't hardly answer any of them. So anyway.
But you learnt a lot, didn't you, Terry?
I learnt something, I think. As long as it gets retained.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there you go. So we'll have the other 20 next time.
Thank you, Arnold.
Me and Sheepy don't know as much as what we think we do.
No. I'm well aware what I don't understand.
Me too.
There's no illusion.
Speak wanted to know, did I win a car? Yeah, Sheepy, can you 3D print a little car for first prize?
We can.
Yeah, Paul, I think that was a nice, well-balanced quiz because lots of people were getting the right answers, weren't they?
Yeah.
No, that means it was too hard.
But not the same people every time. So
yeah. And you always want a couple of questions in there that no one gets.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. But with multi-choice, you're in with a shot. It feels.
Redo the next
Yeah.
question. Brainry wants to do the next 20 questions next time and see if I remember anything.
Oh no, we do the same test again.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
I mean, no, I didn't say that out loud. What did I?
I reckon.
Damn
if
it.
I reckon if you did that same test in another couple of months to see if I remember it.
We're gonna have to do it in another couple of minutes, Terry. Otherwise, I've got no luck.
I remember doing my trade training in the RAF because you did test every week, and I remember one time the instructor handed out the same test, the test we'd done the week before, the next week, and yes, people did notice, and then he gave us the real test. First death, technically they are Harvard's, but if you're an American, yeah, it's a Texan.
Why has everyone gone quiet?
I don't know. I think we were all waiting for Terry to say something.
Yeah. Has Terry gone on mute again?
Yeah, I was
Probably.
muted. Sorry. I said something. I was just looking at the time. We can wrap up in about 15 minutes. So, just seeing what else we've got. Anybody know of any? No, I can't do Pip's story because I was supposed to do part 1 and we didn't do part 1. Could always do. Oh, that'd take too long. I don't know of any other flurfers that have done anything. I don't even think there was any debates in the last couple of days that I know of. Got Flat Earth File compilation 17 from Cyman. He goes about 16 minutes. That'll fill up too much. What's this one?
It's a pretty good one. I think I've seen that one.
Yeah. I just something quick I'd do, like 5-6 minutes type stuff. Just scrolling through. What else we got? Creaky. Goes for 12 minutes. Alan uploaded some clouds. That was yesterday.
Yeah, that's the main thing of the main point of that channel was the fact that I can do the time lapse in nice high quality 4K, and I think we've actually seen most of those in their original form previously on your streams, Terry. Those are the sunrises.
I've got something that goes for 3 minutes from Everett. That's something quick and funny.
Careful of that music at the front, I think.
Yeah, I know.
Too.
I've got to fix
That sounded
yeah,
a bit
that'll do.
too.
We'll do Everett. That'll fill up a couple of minutes. Skip past all that bit. Past there. I think that should be. Oh. Getting there. I just want to get past the music.
We're not seeing anything too.
No, you're not meant to yet. Till I get past the music.
Oh,
there we go.
nice.
Now you can look at it. Share. There's that. And here we go.
Where does a compass point?
North?
Okay. Where's north?
Okay, to be exact, compasses point to the North Magnetic Pole, up in the Arctic Circle.
Yeah, that makes total sense on a flat Earth. Here we have David Weiss moving a compass around the flat Earth, with his compass continually pointing at his North Magnetic Pole. Okay, now where do compasses point on a globe?
They are supposed to point north, right?
Well, here's our compass on a globe. Does that look like it's pointing north to you?
No. That looks like it's pointing to outer space. I've never really thought about it like that before.
Wow.
There's probably royalty free music, but you don't know.
Lindsay might have something to say about this theory.
What's that? No, it's all music. I don't have to ask him, is it royalty free or not? It doesn't sound like what do you call it, music? Yeah.
Stop it. Get some help.
No. It
Wow.
looks even farther away from north.
Your confusion is not rational.
If compasses were to point at the magnetic North Pole from anywhere outside the Arctic Circle, a compass would have to point at the ground in order to do so due to the curvature of the Earth.
Wrong.
So when a person says compasses point north, are they describing a flat Earth or are they describing a globe?
Wow.
Oh man, I feel like wow.
They are definitely describing a flat Earth.
Exactly.
Absolutely fucking not.
Flurfers would believe that, wouldn't it, just because of the way the compass works?
They do. Yeah. Because they're idiots.
Yeah.
Point and laugh said, "Give up, Jerry. Put Lindsay back on."
Okay, point and laugh. We'll do that then.
There's only so much Lindsay one can handle.
Hey, Terry could be really cool. He could put Lindsay back on at like 75% speed.
Well, we might have a chance of seeing what's on his phone if he does that.
I mean, it's bad enough if you try to listen. I'm sure it's awful trying to listen to him at normal speed, considering how he sounds sped up.
It is true.
Yeah, Dave Cannabis. At least the Flurfs are going to be all right come the zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, where's the T-shirt for that?
They're ready to go.
Where'd that go? See, if it's not in a certain channel, I've got to scroll up in Discord to find the image that I want. Got to go back up. Oh, they're not going to be able to read the comment you left there, though. Bugger. Have I got a scene for Discord?
You want to add? Sure, we made you a screen.
Yeah, I've got a couple of spare ones here. I'm just wondering if I've got one that's for Discord. Nope. No, I think I wiped that one out. I don't think I kept that one. Yeah, I did. Oh, here it is. That one. Good work. There we go. Look at that. Aren't I clever? See, I'm learning stuff. Can anyone see that?
I think they can see that. I think we can see that.
It's the comment at the bottom.
Yeah.
Well, that worked out alright. I can pinch things from Discord now as a scene. Because that feature in OBS now gives you that choice of picking the source.
Yeah.
And once you click on the source, you can change it to whatever source you want, without having to go through all the rest of the setting. Makes it a lot easier. Yeah. Clever. There we go. Well, I haven't really got anything else for you guys, so unless we can finish up now, or got anyone else got anything?
No.
Did you manage to source anything yet, Blue? Like any cameras or leads or hard drives or laptops or?
Haven't done any of that yet.
Okay.
I was checking on Amazon. You get reconditioned, fairly decent reconditioned PC and monitor for not a whole lot of money. I mean, $250 or so, with a terabyte, drive and so forth. So I'll probably come up with something like that. Something I can just sit out there on the workbench and not have to fiddle around with transferring a bunch of files.
Is there anyone else besides Blake you can talk to about this?
Oh, lots of people, I'm sure.
Okay.
But Blake has had the whole setup that Wally helped him with the Arduino boards and temperature collecting and pressure and all that sort of stuff. So,
well, Wally's around. We could always talk.
Yeah, I was talking to Wally
okay.
yesterday about it. So when Blake's back from Norway, which he ought to be back, he said he was going to be back today. sometime in the next few days, I'll talk with him and
Is that why we haven't
get
heard
his
from him
input.
lately? That's why we haven't heard from him lately, because he went for a trip over there. Yeah. Sorry, Blue.
Yeah, I don't know if that was job related or just a personal sort of thing.
This day and age, I would guess probably job related, but there you go.
Yeah, BM Furball Door. Don't mean to
Oh
be
yeah,
doxing him.
I know that's Blake's his real name. Sorry.
Yeah. Norway's a fascinating place. I have spent a little bit of time over there.
Yeah, I heard they got Ford. They got Fords over there, haven't they, or is that somewhere else?
No, it's not Fords. It's Fjords.
Fjords. Yeah.
They've probably got some Fords as well, but they've also got the world's highest rate of ownership of electric vehicles.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
And doesn't the chef off the Muppets come from over there?
No, that's Sweden.
Oh, that's Sweden. Oh, sorry.
That's the other side of the peninsula.
Okay.
And removing Norway from the map really does make Sweden look, what's the word I'm looking for? Phallic. Because when you see the EU map, it doesn't include Norway.
Oh. Yeah, John, I said Fords. I said the F word, sorry. Oh, speaking of the F word, there's a certain person that's been fined for, and he's on probation, so next time I get to speak to this certain individual, I'll remind him of that. Oldies can say your goodbyes now. Thanks, Alan. Thanks, Arnold Summerfield. For
Feld.
Forgot what he was good for. What was he good for now? What did he do?
Developing quantum mechanics, particularly the second and the fourth quantum numbers.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Sorry.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Good stuff.
Thanks, Sheepy. Thanks, Big Blue.
Thanks, Terry.
Who do we have out there? Surf, Death, Stewie, Dora, Spook, Dave, John, Point Laugh. Thank God it's flat. Was out there earlier, I think. Point Laugh, Dave, Death. I have to scroll up. Room Fondle, Fred, Alan, Blue. Can't see anyone else. Oh, Professor Phil. Who else was there? Brainery. Then I gave a spanner to first. I can't. Is death or whatever.
One's death.
Is death.
Is death or one? I can't work it
One's
out.
death.
One's death.
People with these weird names, I tell you. Where's Wally? Oh, he was out here earlier. He was started in here. He was looking at Mars.
I haven't been able to see anything in the night sky for the last few nights.
Surf was out there. No, that's all. I think I've got everybody. If I missed anyone, let me know. Don't forget you can come over to Discord for a bit of an after show. I'm not bringing the cake this time, because last time I brought it, I didn't get a piece. Okay then, night panel, night Peanuts.
Night Peanuts, thanks for coming.
Good night, Peanuts.
See you, Peanuts. Bye, panel.
Good night, Elio Carpus Bancrofti. John